Radiant team ban. DC's turn to ban. Radiant team ban.
We're doing the dire side as well.
Guess what? We have
Radiant
a grand final
team
draft.
back.
Game number 1 now underway. First pick advantage again going to be going to the
turn to
side
back.
of Digital Chaos on this one, right?
Radiant
Yep.
team ban.
And
10 seconds
no
remaining.
surprise to see that
Doing the dire side as well.
Now, guess what? We have a
Radiant
grand final
team
draft.
back.
Game number 1 now
Sand
underway.
Yep.
Options and such.
I'm interested. This will be if DC and Freedom want to play the same thing. If
DC's
DC
turn
wants to
to
play
ban.
in Sand King and then take that Night Stalker, I believe
First
that's what they
pick
did in the last series, like every game, but they
Again,
just
going
banned it
to
out
the
this time. I think
side
that'll be almost every single 3, 4, 5 games will be like that if Freedom has first pick.
Ban.
of Digital Chaos on this one. Right?
Radiant
Yep.
team. DC's
Night
turn
Stalker
to pick.
and instant charge.
That's
Yep.
that's
Ten
confidence.
seconds
No
remaining.
surprise to see that
Doing
this
the dire side as well.
Now, guess what?
Charge, that's the key.
Radiant team.
I hope
pick.
they keep those chat wheels.
We have a
Radiant
grand final
team
draft.
back.
Game number 1 now
Sand
underway.
Yeah,
For $100 more, you can
this
keep
will
it
be if
permanently.
DC and Freedom
Oh,
want
yeah,
to play the
yeah,
same
I think.
thing.
Yeah,
If
A lot of people would actually pay for
I
it.
like that idea.
a lot of
DC
DC
turn
want to
to
play
ban.
in
Valve is listening.
Sand King and then take that Night
Puck.
Stalker. I believe that's what they did in the last series, like every game, but they
Again,
just
going
banned it
to
out
the
this time.
side,
I think that'll
you know,
be
from
almost
DC side, obviously.
every single 3, 4, 5 games
Forever
will be like
puck.
that.
I've never
Reserve
seen
time.
Forever really lay the puck personally, but you know, for a lot of the other teams, they've used that as a versatility option for the early part of the draft.
Yeah, it seems we've seen Drow and Puck lineups
Um,
versus DC,
Digital
but you
Chaos.
rarely see DC actually playing
Radiant
that line
team.
themselves.
Do you think DC will go into a Drow lineup?
I think it's up to
Night
Freedom
Stalker and
and
instant
Drow. Then I
charge.
think after those 2 bans, if it's not banned,
I don't
well,
like
obviously
it.
maybe. I don't know.
You have Dazzle and Drow. I don't think that's
turn
strong.
to
That's
ban.
really
That's
Yep.
really confidence. No surprise to see that this
Dire
guy-
side as well.
Yes.
And
Especially
a
and
Night Stalker.
yeah, and the first night starts at 4 minutes, and then you have a Night Stalker, yet you can't do anything.
Guess what?
They can just run
Charge.
over
That's
there.
the key.
And this is pretty
Radiant
standard,
team
I hope-
just your position 4 plus a disruptor, especially like with Night Stalker. The vision plus glimpse,
They keep
you're,
those chat
they're
wheels.
setting up
have
just running
Radiant
people already,
team
maybe they won't,
back.
but I already like Team Freedom's a little bit of a setup
Now
here.
underway.
A little better than
Yeah,
She's
for $100 more, you can
hero as a first pick hero.
Look at
That's
the
just me.
CCNCs.
This will be if
permanently.
DC and Freedom
Oh,
want
yeah,
to play the
yeah,
same
profile.
thing.
Yeah,
If
A lot of
Yeah,
people
say
would
the
have
thing.
star already.
DC's turn to ban.
Star.
He is a star.
Yes.
They do
Definitely.
ban that Drow.
Yeah, I think. It's a playstyle that can just run over you. Even if you play well, if they just play a little better and take all the towers,
Sure,
or
I like
you're
that idea.
probably up and all
DC
in, want to play
turn
in
to Valve is
Lena
the
ban
same.
here, they banned out the
Radiant
Ember
team
Spirit,
back.
but Lena's still out on the table. Queen of Pain's still out on the table.
Yeah, that Ember band's really
That's a bit
interesting.
peculiar.
Because a lot of us don't like that hero here, but it's
The
still
playstyle
getting
that
picked
can
up,
just
like
run
run
over
over you. Even if you play well, if they just
Yeah, that's
play.
why Planet Art is out.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm not a huge fan of the Ember Spirit.
We saw it.
personally, but yeah.
Yeah, we saw it did
5
win early.
seconds
Planet Dog
remaining.
did pick it, and that Ember Spirit went crazy.
Planet
so
Dog
a little better
had
and take all the
really
towers.
good heroes.
Reserve
Thinking,
time.
I feel like they were not prepared with something
DC's turn
deeper.
to
Maybe
pick.
they were comfortable going into this.
Yeah. Towers.
They
Sure,
know they're
I'll
gonna get it out.
They want to play in
Valve
the
is
Lena
the
ban
same.
here, they banned out the Ember Before that, but Lena, you know, we saw Complexity just flat out first phase ban the Meepo every game against DC. Freedom at first seemed like they might just like either welcome it, the opportunity, prepare for it, or in this case they'll just ban it out in the
10
second phase. But
seconds remaining.
DC move forward with an intriguing pickup here in the Spirit Breaker
5
grab for what looks
seconds
like
remaining.
Boba, and I don't think I've seen Boba play Spirit Breaker much, at least in this qualifier run.
I want Axe to be
Reserve
picked by
time.
Team Freedom just to dunk the Dazzle. It's still good.
It seems like a simple thing to say. Like people are like, "Oh, he can go through, but Grave." But it really is a big thing when those Graved heroes, like last game, were just living with 1 HP. Is a simple hero like Axe.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
simple
and
fix.
I mean, you just need, you can even start in the jungle first 2-3 minutes, then you just come to the lane, level 3, okay, they go for something
Yeah, it
different.
really is a big
Sorry,
thing
not
when those
something
Grave
exciting
Pick.
like an axe. You get a
like
dice.
last game.
Yeah, but that, what I wanted to say is like you show on the lane at, let's say, 3-minute mark, and you have a Night Stalker rotating in the next minute.
Just
I just want to say that
living
this
with
is definitely
1 HP
10
is a simple hero like
seconds
Axe.
remaining.
the... Okay, alright, I'm done.
No, you're good. This
5 seconds
And
remaining.
Darkseer, wasn't this the one game
Yeah,
we saw
I
them
mean,
lose when
you
they gave
just
Snake
need,
King
you can
kind of
even
a
start
not
in the
do shit
jungle,
hero such
Reserve
as...
time.
the
They had
you just
the
come
earth
to
spear
level
just
3
as well, but
it really is a big
sorry,
thing.
not-
dual lane potential coming out from this. So yeah, he's still not on like maybe one of the
Really exciting, like an axe. You can get a
Like
knife.
last game.
I feel like they can be very
Yeah, but that-
active in this lane.
what I wanted to say is like you show on the lane at let's say at 3
Do you think
minute mark,
any
and,
part of it
you have
was
a Night Stalker
denied
rotating
pick, or is that too
next
bold to
minute.
call? I mean, Darkseer could have fit. Let's say,
Living
let's say
with
this wasn't
Darkseer
big.
Spearbreaker is
Yeah,
a
no,
nasty
it's
hero.
a pretty
Guys.
nasty setup.
It feels like 4 heroes. You want to say Darkseer and Nightstar's a good dual lane, but when's the last time you had games
Yeah,
with
I mean,
but not
you
engaged
can
Snake King
even
kind of
start
a
in the
shit
jungle,
hero? Such as every time Nightstar
They had
plays
the
Darkseer,
earth spear as well, but
it really is a big
Sorry,
thing.
no, you got the puck already. Even a Spearbreaker can work as your dirty little vehicle.
yeah, he's still not on like maybe one of the
Really
I
exciting.
heard talking around like last game. People were actually
Yeah, but
looking at the red draft.
what I wanted to say is
like
like
him
you show
really
on
beat
the lane
Freedom.
at
People wanted to see how it
Do you
like
think
really
any
worked
part
actually
of
because
it
Freedom
was
picked the draft sort of like
denied
this.
pick, or is
Spearbreaker is a
that
hero that
too
can get in
bold?
and cause chaos.
They
And
don't say it's
Darkseer
supposed to
doesn't really like to get ran and they want to do the running. It
Storm
feels like
Spirit
4
coming
heroes.
out for CCNC.
You want to say Darkseer
Wasn't it?
dual lane, but when's the last time you had games
Yeah,
with
I mean,
not engaged Snake King kind of a
the shit hero.
And that time, yeah, you were against a Silencer and a Night Stalker. This time you only have like a puck.
well, but
it
You don't
really
have
is
to worry about the
Radiant
lockdown.
team.
Well, not really. It's again a hard game for Storm. You have a puck with Nikes in him. You have Spiritbreaker plus Lifestealer against the puck. So hard to survive for Storm. We'll see. They have a sendback from Disruptor. They have
10
good vision
seconds
heroes.
remaining.
And they'll have a mech on Darkseer just
Yeah.
for that little save possibly.
5
No mana
seconds
support though
remaining.
that you usually would like to have with your Storm,
Yeah, but even if your Storm is like super farm during the let's say
Reserve time.
20 minutes, if he has Orchid and Bloodstone,
Radiant team
still
pick.
can die
Yeah.
from puck and Lifestealer combo
Yeah,
because he doesn't have defensive items.
Yeah, we saw it last game, right?
Yeah.
The only mistakes we said they made were kind of CCNC had like those 2 really questionable deaths on Storm, so I think if CCNC just plays safer, he might have a better
10
game than last time
seconds
even.
remaining.
It's gonna be interesting, so it's looking
like
like
War Hero now.
yeah, looking like
5
Puck
seconds
Spearbreaker versus
remaining.
Night Stalker Storm. Might
Give
start up
me-
middle.
Give me Lycan.
they do like in themselves here.
Yeah,
Like in
Reserve
Darkseer, yeah,
time.
that's fun.
Feels like they need a lot of damage out of this pick. It's a little bit concerning on that front. Like they seem to fall off a little bit after the early game in terms of finding damage, and so that's not good against the Dazzle. That's not good against naturally durable, difficult to kill heroes. Chaos have, so.
I was thinking Sven, but Troll.
DC's turn to
I was
pick.
thinking yesterday, I don't remember seeing any troll at all.
Yeah, Troll just like, was there a reason why he just suddenly took his leave from the meta? He wasn't hit much from the Frog, right? If any at all?
I don't
No,
think so. It's,
no.
10 seconds
just-
He
remaining.
was the same. Maybe because Magnus kind of fell off, so
5
this
seconds
was his
remaining.
best partner.
That's true.
Yeah, it was funny because right when NA ended, I did one more panel with the
Reserve
SEA
time.
guys, and in the very first game, Troll was like first or second phase, and I was like, oh, that's one of those heroes, and that's a Timbersaw.
These are some fun, fresh picks for Game 1 of the Grand Final. Timbersaw, I don't even remember the last time I watched a Timbersaw game.
And it gives them someone else beefy, because usually when they run the Lifestealer solo damage kind of physical thing, they just have like 4 kind of magic dealers from the back. This time they actually have a front laner with Lifestealer, which I really like.
All right. Forget about that slowing things down. Looks like they want to play even faster. Maybe they went back over that footage as you said.
I definitely bet they did. Yeah.
Well, they are surely fast with the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah. And if Lifestealer goes the 5-10 movement speed build we saw in the NA scene, it'd be interesting.
For Digital Chaos and for the first key to victory that we put down here, enable Mason, is this a lineup feasible of
10
being able to do
seconds
that?
remaining.
They have Dazzle to heal him, maybe Graveman lane, Spearbreaker to
5
charge his
seconds
lane.
remaining.
2 good cars for Mason to get in.
Yeah.
I think this.
We'll give it a half check mark.
Half
depends
check
on the
mark
lane.
probably on
Depends
that
on how
one.
the laning goes.
It's pretty good, you know, if they can follow up these kills, take those objectives like necessary.
Depends Mason's build again. He's the building hitter.
That's kind of. I don't think that's a.
don't
that's a
think they
check.
got the
They're,
key,
they're
yeah.
not good at taking objectives. It
Not good at
almost
taking
looks like one of
objectives.
those.
Yeah, Timber's not.
Again, they got a couple SCA players, 2 former MVP guys. There was a point when MVP was like, "We're not going to pick an objective taker at all. We're going to take objectives once your team is dead."
5-man melee,
Five-man
take,
Starts to look a
take
little
lives,
bit
then
like that.
objectives.
Yep.
I still think they could have gone for Lycan. It's good against Nikes, especially with Iron Shell and with Howl. during the first night they can put so much pressure, and also it gives them so much more survivability when they go with the bomb, with whoever, just boost the HP on whenever they go.
Yep, and definitely, I really like, I think just straight out of the drafts, I actually like DC's draft a little better, but Freedom has shown to make way less mechanical errors than DC, so I'm going to give him the 51-49 favoritism here.
To Freedom side, I think?
Just because their mechanical errors have been far less than DC's.
I like DC's lineup a lot. I'm giving him the 54-46.
54-46.
Wait, does that add up?
Yeah, he's good.
Oh shit, he's good.
Wow,
this
and
guy's
math.
good. This guy's good.
He knows good math.
Can't argue with Chinese math and science.
What do you think, Lacoste?
I think Team Freedom got this 61.3% probably.
Don't leave yet. You gotta pause. I'm just kidding. You guys can go if you want. Jack and Grant, it was a pleasure having you on the panel. Of course, thank you for coming by. We look to seeing you after the game. You guys want to come back after and talk about everything that went on?
Of course, we'll
yeah,
be
absolutely. Back. Okay, thanks, Jack. We'll see you next time here. Excuse me. Woo! My monster's kicking back up in my throat here, Lacoste.
Oh, we're drinking the same one. Energy Ultra Red. Never tried this one before. We ran out of the rehab ones, which is the best one, in my opinion.
I don't know. Yeah, rehab's probably better than this for sure. You hear my voice? Oh goodness, I hope I can make it through this best of 5. It's been a long journey of qualifiers coverage right now. Many games here.
Tell your 2 favorite white guys taking over.
Yep.
Cox duo. What was the last time we were alone? China, probably.
China. Starlat.
Starlat, yeah.
ESM. I mean, we went over briefly a bit of DC, their lineup, what they wanted to achieve. The third key, though, was the one you put up, and it was the 0.7 times, 75 times speed, right?
No, oh, that Jack said that.
Jack said speed, but you changed it? You changed it to that.
Yeah, I don't even know what Jack meant by that.
Do they have a slow kind of a lineup? It is Lifestealer who needs time to build up. Timbersaw needs a Bloodstone and some other toys before he can go.
So once Paco gets a Blink Dagger, that's the timing when they go. So pretty much it's a kind of a global lineup with Lifestealer infesting Puck, Spirit Breaker charging, and Timbersaw also can charge far away as well. So once the Bloodstone is on Timber and you have a Lifestealer with just an armlet, probably they can make it.
What makes this the right game now? Timbersaw, by the way.
I don't feel that Timbersaw off lane is that good of a hero. I just don't think it scales that good. Against Troll, Disruptor, and Night Stalker, they have so much to counter it with.
And what? They all bring what? A lot of lockdown, so they can't
you
go
have
freely.
A sandbag from Disruptor. You have a good harassing with Counter-Strike and Void, especially when the first night falls.
Definitely feels like a little bit of a suspect pick right here. We are starting off with a pause, unfortunately. Looks like there is a mic issue on the Digital Chaos side of things, so that is also...
Was that Italian accent?
That was kind of an Italian accent. Try it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hyping up this match a lot. I'm almost the same about it. What do you want to talk about?
That's why you had to go to the toilet, right? That happens to me when I'm too hyped.
Yeah. Too hyped. I guess we didn't go over Freedom's key points there. The soccer, by the way.
Oh, is that Barry?
No,
the pug looks like a Slacks dog,
yeah,
right?
It is. Little pugs. Oh shit, we got a game. Let's get into it now. Production. Let's go, folks. Grand final time. Enough with the pug socks. It's time for some kick-ass Dota action here. And already we get underway. Early movement from sports. Get these wards down, and it's going to be spotted out. Bulbin knows something's fishy. He'll see Stan King. He'll see that Stan King does not have an ops ward, and he might just figure that one may have been planted. It wasn't that long ago, Lacoste, that this was just really never a part of the game of Dota. People didn't used to TP out early to get wards down.
Yeah, because TP cost was 75 gold. Now it's less, so I guess that's why people are TPing. And Dota was not on that high level, and you did not get the gold from killing the wards before.
That's true.
That's why. Yeah,
That's true.
there's no point. Now you use a sentry, you get the gold back, so it's all good. And the XP.
As a support player, I love
30
this
seconds
team.
to battle.
Or Forev, which is going to be the off-lane matchup to kind of keep a bit of an eye on here. He goes in with the early poor man's shield. He's got some tangos to work with. He's going to be expected to be taking quite a bit of harassment through the laning things.
What is the best morale boost you had when you were playing the pub? I'll tell you mine.
Okay.
Should I go first?
No, please, because I
You
don't
need
know.
to think of.
I'll have to think of
The
mine.
battle
So we're defending a
begins.
base, losing a game pretty much, and the guy changes his voice to Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of a voice and says, "This is where we fight. This is where they die." And we actually lost the game.
But
The
that
point
was,
is, yeah,
morale was boosted.
yeah, we were boosted for the next 30 seconds until we lost.
I think the chat wheel stuff is, for some of these teams, a way to morale boost. We'll see Flea probably use it a lot, even when something doesn't go right. He'll just say, like, I can't remember what it is, like something like, don't worry about it, and then they'll do the charge. Shake it off and go. Top lane, Snake King on his Darkseer. The last time we saw him on the Darkseer, you were mentioning how it was because of the nice pair up with the Earth Spirit, but his offlane performance was a bit of a struggle. And already he's going to get stuck by Bulba quite a bit, but no camp to work with there on the side. This is going to be a bit of an awkward start for him until he can get to that coasting level 2 point. What's happening down here?
Yeah, well, top lane is, they can't really stop Snake from farming. They have a Dark Spirit Breaker charge, which is going to cancel the Clarity Potion.
This has got to be a bit of a pain in the ass for Mason here, being that melee core and dealing with these ion shells. Grind you down pretty low, but
Yeah, that's why he went for that build. 8 tangos and the healing salve, it's going to be more than enough.
our mid lane matchup here, we got CC&C on the Storm Spirit going against 10k Abed. 9k versus 10k here. Storm Spirit versus Puck. Puck at 10 and 2. CC&C at 9 and 0. This one seems to be neck and neck for now, but as the game pans out and as the levels come online, who do you end up getting on this one? Is it not the Storm Spirit favored until he gets to his level 6?
No, it's still fine. With the first night, the Night Stalker can change much about the lane.
That's good. He moves in, he gets the opponent's bounty rune. Oh, I missed the first blood there. It's actually going to be in the bottom lane where they're going to get a hold of Rev on that Timber Saw and take him down. So the setup of assistance from Stan King in his kinetic field will help seal the deal.
Well, Dubu was trying to stack something. I don't think he managed to actually stack. No, he stacked.
He stepped away from the lane, and they probably recognized it with that ward they have down. Meanwhile, it's going to be Flea with a haste rune suddenly, flying his way through.
Mid lane.
Oh, a deep dive in from Bulba to go on CC&C. CC&C is able to make it away, but hard commitment in once they recognize that Flea's through this bottom lane.
Snaking is just creep skipping the wave top. Getting a lot of XP and pressuring the tower for Mason.
Bulba is not at that top lane anymore. In fact, he's about to make his appearance in the mid lane here, charging in onto CC&C. Abed moves on forward with the orb and some right clicks. He has no more health regen until he's able to kind of ferry himself out the bottle, it looks like. Keeping the pressure live here. And even though they did bring Yawar down earlier, he's still winning the CS game at the moment, 20-4, and he just continues to lay it in onto Rev right now.
So Yawar got the first blood with Orb of Venom. He cannot harass forever right now, but once he gets to the level 3, I don't think he can do it anymore. Especially with
Radiant's
that.
top tower is under attack.
They have Stan King and Flea down here still. I think Stan King was giving Flea the jungle camp to kind of get some solo XP with, because you want to get him as much XP as possible for this 4-minute mark. He's going to be about level 2, it looks like. We'll have a bounty rune too, before this Nightfall comes in.
He was level 3 to get to 1 point in Crippling Fear against
so
Puck.
close. So close, but not going to quite be there. He actually is...
He's going to get the bounty rune on bottom as well, and then he's going to go. I hope he gets the silence against the puck.
So 3, and begins to head his way towards the mid lane. Yet to invest the point here. Maybe waiting to see if that setup is either possible or not. Now there's an opportunity. Still not the point yet. This has to be like on the radar for DC. Okay, he goes in for it now. Quickly hits it, tries to go for the silence, and then that's when Bulba pops out from the dark, charges on in, and puts his focus fully onto CC&C, and he alone will be able to ward off the pressure from that mid lane. As that happens though, Rev feels more confident, kind of diving in through this bottom lane. Pressure through Stan King and Yawar.
Stan King is having his life on top lane, but 60, yes.
Mid lane, they committed the coil onto CC&C. They snaps the coil, walking back under the tower, but there's going to be no kill for it.
They're going to use the shrine and come back. Same goes to DC's heroes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Got to feel pretty good if you're Team Freedom there. I'd imagine when you're committing a coil like that, you're banking on getting the kill. They will also have to tag back and hit the shrine too. A good opening opportunity for Rev to kind of be able to work through the lane here until Flea makes a new impact in the laning phase.
I love the build on Storm Spirit. He went 1 electric vortex, so he can cool him for the extra few hits, especially if Night Stalker rotates. Night Stalker is on bottom.
Yes, he is. He's got an Iron Shell. Stan King already set up with a Thunder Strike. He could glimpse back if necessary, and there it is, pulling him away from the Dazzle, who is able to get the Grave off, but he's starting to run away from his friends, and then he will be quickly dealt with. Yawar is able to pick up that kill.
He should have beat immediately. He had one ready, and Raven, there was nothing to stop him. A lot at stake this game, so I guess people make more mistakes than usual.
Absolutely. Stupendous. I think we've been seeing a lot of that tripling throughout the qualifier, but you can't really blame the players. I mean, when you think about it, I've already said it quite a few times, so I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but in this game alone secures you at least last place, obviously, at TI, which is $100,000 or whatever, with how ridiculous this prize pool is getting.
Yeah, but you're not going into TI to secure yourself a last place.
No, of course not. But like that's just already that first big jump in. You've made it. You're in. Your face is going to be on the compendium. People might be wearing your team's jerseys. It's crazy, you know. You just make a big leap of going from qualifier status into being potentially playing at the arena itself. Mid lane rotations now. Flea is back, and it's got 1 more minute of darkness to work with here, so we'll have to see if he's going to make any sort of opening happen. Even though they're still making kills, work out here through the bottom lane, I'm sure he would like to make an impression onto that puck if possible.
Yeah, he should go to the bottom. There's not much kill potential anymore.
Bulba's already charging into the bottom lane, looking to make a move onto Yawar. He dishes out the Hawks, and yeah, he does get the one little cute bump there.
Hello and welcome from the St. Jakob Park, the home of FC Basel.
He's also waiting nearby.
Forwards.
This will be the remainder of this nighttime period. The rotation also coming out. But
what about that, Jim Begley?
Kill opportunity there.
I like how Yawar doesn't TP back to the base. He TPs the tier 3 tower, just uses the shrine, comes back. At least sometimes save.
A chance!
Pretty efficient.
And the knight is gone. 5 seconds.
Do you think that would be a successful night for your Night Stalker? They got that set up on the bottom lane, they got Yawar kill, but would like to see it a bit more?
Yeah, being it the only one kill, it can go better, I guess. But they're still satisfied. They didn't feed any kills. He's level 4.5. 8 minutes in. It's a good thing. He has boots, wand, fused raindrop. He will upgrade it to earn. So good.
Bottom lane, pressure coming in onto Fared, who's ducking out behind this tower, now trying to timber chain back away towards the side of Dubu. Looks like he'll be good. Starting to tank up a bit so he can feel more comfortable making those kind of moves. And before that, we saw an attempt made onto Snake King here. Abed was almost able to catch him off at that bounty rune and take him down, but game sense there from Snake King. And a good ward also, I imagine, that was able to kind of catch out that interaction. have CCNC now on his Storm Spirit about level 7.5, so kill participation by him is probably going to be coming here in the near future. He has that TP ready to go, just in case something is to break out. He may be able to rotate over, and it looks like something may break out here, Lacoste. We have a smoke coming in from DC towards the bottom lane. Stan King has spotted it out, and it looks like he'll be the one to tank the gank. He has sent Bulba all the way back, but Abed will be able to jump on forward and get the finish.
Hello and welcome to the St. Jakob Park, the home of
Radiant's
FC
bottom
Barnet.
tower is under attack.
Drury, and this is
Dire's
Mid
mid tower is under
Mid
attack.
lane, it's on to CC.
Well, thanks for that, Peter.
Abed's
I'm,
there. He actually has the coil.
Oh,
waiting
he's
to see.
baiting him.
He's baiting him real good. Drop the coil now. Oh, the bump's gonna connect. Can he get close enough? Does he want to commit anything else?
He doesn't want to use the coil. He can just
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Even then, it's...
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, at least Forev is doing good on the bottom lane. Even though he's 2 at 0, they have structure level 6. Kill him right now. Or have my stalker.
Diva will be able to attack that right in the face. As that bottom side of Forev. He's been totally delegated to the bottom lane by the side of Forev.
Radiant's bottom tower
Really do
is under attack.
too much else. Where we saw more success, you know, in the last series where we saw him be a bit more proactive and moving around. Do you just think that is not necessary this game? That his position should be here where it is in the bottom lane?
Yeah, Nyx is not sweating himself until the structure is level 6 or it's nighttime, so the silence lasts longer on Night Stalker. He's just there, saving 1 point if needed for Poison Touch. He should not get it anymore. Yeah, that's...
Charge in from Bulba. Quick send back from Stan King, but Forev is already committed into the action. Snaking will be able to surge himself out and around and avoid trouble. Stan King, that defensive support, continues to hide within those trees and be there the moment in need.
Radiant's
The
middle
problem
tower is
for
under
Team Freedom
attack.
right now is that they have 2 heroes jungling, which is natural, especially if you're pressured in the lane.
Radiant's
You have
top
Troll
tower
and
is under
Storm Spirit,
attack.
who usually go to jungle.
They are leaving the supports to kind of farm the lanes, but it's these supports are obviously got to be super careful because the opponents they're laning against are very, very strong right now. Looks like CCNC has put himself back in the lane though, up here at the top. Still 0, 0, and 0, but that is about to change. It looks like bottom lane. Forev has made his move in, and they counter it already with a static storm. And once CCNC shows up, they make quick work of the Timber Saw.
Oh, they have a pool with a storm.
Yep. And Dubu tried to TP away, but whether he was banking on the pull or not for CCNC, he has it. Leveled up, ready to go.
Yeah, this is the rotation I was talking about. They just need to make a move on the bottom lane once the static storm is up. Also nice TP from CCNC. Meanwhile, on top lane, what is going on? It's a free lane. Mason having the time of his life, pretty much.
Got that
Midas almost has armlet. The problem is
Radiant's
that
top
the
tower
supports
is under
on
attack.
DC side, you have Spirit Breaker, who is level 4, has the Dome ready, so almost level 5. Dazzle with Brown Boots, level 4 did. These 2 heroes don't synergize well together and don't scale well. I mean, it's still a Spirit Breaker. With a Spirit Breaker, you want to dominate
Radiant's
that
top
early
tower
10 minutes of the game, but that did not happen.
Now another move onto Forev. They just took him down. Can they do it a second time? He tries to Timber Chain back and away, but the power is just too strong from Freedom. This 3-man gang squad is just going full force. This nighttime is just proving to be very bloody.
There it is, first vehicle attempt.
It's the Bulba Bomb coming in, charging on forward, looking over Yawar, and it's going to be successful. They cancel out his TP, they pop out Mason. They're still trying to get a hold of him. Mason is able to charge on forward and get the finish there. CCNC trying to dance around Bulba, but has to walk on back. Mason's making chase. Oh my god, can they finish him?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Be able to make it away, but look at this! Abed's made his move from behind. It's a good catch on Tifley with the coil. Should be able to get the finish. Bulba also in a bit of trouble, but look at that. Brave is able to come out. Stan King wants to fight it forward, and will be able to get off the Thunder Strike that will ultimately make the takedown of Bulba. But Bulba died second. He gets some XP for it. I guess the good thing going for Freedom is that Snaking was farming through the top lane and pushing the team.
Well, this is exactly what DC needed to make a move with Nyx, who is super farmed. And right now Spirit Breaker got his level 6, so Storm should be more careful. The next move Team Freedom should try to make is once Darkseer gets his mech up. Okay, it's already up. Good timing. They should pressure the top tower. It's pretty low.
Looks like they are doing exactly that. Flea takes to the skies up over the trees, moves right in, hits the silence, and Freb going to be going down for a 5th time on his timber saw. Snowbally kind of a hero. He is just not, he can't get the snow. It is tough. Everywhere he goes, they just instantly strike.
This puck is
Dire's
also
top tower is under attack.
super farmed. Nike's Harmlet almost finished. I don't think anyone can survive the bomb from Veil, Puck, and Nike.
This move, though, as they try to charge in onto Yawar, there is an approach coming in from behind from the Freedom front, and look at this, a move right onto Abed, a vacuum pullback, but it's just off the mark! They still will be able to get the finish onto Abed, the follow-up kill's there, and they're still successful, taking down the 3.
Whoa!
That was close to being a potential disaster. The synergy was there, and they still make it work.
Wow. He pulled them out of the Disruptor ulti. Also, they planted the 2 wards. Probably one from Dazzle, one from Spirit Breaker, so they can have a clear vision. If Stanking heard that, these 2 wards will get rewarded with a lot of XP and gold, plus
he's got sentries queued up, he just didn't have the money to buy any. Yeah, so I think he does know that, and he'll get some free.
That's gonna really send back DC a lot, because they will not be able to place any orbs for the next couple of minutes, and this is when they should be active.
Yeah, because it's going to be daytime too. That's a bad timing window for DC, and look at this. Team Freedom trying to scrape together one possible last pickoff with the remaining moments of this nighttime, but it looks like Mason has the sense and is pulled totally out of this top lane, and then will join inside of Bulba and probably farming through the jungle, avoiding him into trouble. Or maybe making a bomb play. There we go. Smoke. Get in the backpack of a bed and let's see what we can set up.
Oh, this center ward on mid doesn't reach the other ward, so it's good for DC.
Right in. There goes the Veil, there goes the bomb. Yawar tries to man up with the ult, but like you were talking about, really no chance of survival when you have that Veil and all that power.
You might consider going for Manta style this game instead. Just remove the silence, remove the open wound, nice talk from Light Stealer.
Move in. Stand King tries to slow them down by dropping the Static Storm, but they get the vacuum pullback coming out from Snake King. Oh man, Freedom. Punch DC right in the face.
Whoa, I'm getting chills from all these combos Team Freedom is pulling off.
Dang, Snake King just faintly misses the mark on the first one, because a huge connection there, and Mason
has no mana.
Running out and trying to make it away from that battle, has been spotted and being chased down from Flea with the Ion Shell, and as you mentioned, mana not there for Mason, so he has really nowhere to run. Maybe turn in the ball, go to the Golem or something. Can't find anywhere.
Ooh. What a play there. Was that 5-man vacuum or 4-man?
I think it was 4-man. That was crazy though. They TP'd down there fast. It might have been just a bit too much to make that commitment onto Snake King.
They made a mistake at the start, so they don't make any. I love their tactics.
So what, has Freedom made a mistake yet, or they have yet to make one?
No, they made it. They used the vacuum.
Oh, I see what you
pull
mean.
them out of the.
Okay. That was the warm-up back.
Yeah, that was the
warm-up.
Trying it out, how things work. There's a full Bloodstone ready on the Storm Spirit. So once they take a fight, probably when the next wall is up and the next Static Storm is well, they're ready. They can actually smoke and try to make a play, just they need to push the lanes. And they have a good Roche lineup with Troll and Gladness Offering.
Should they wait till nighttime at least? Or go sooner than that?
Darkness is not ready yet, so maybe they should.
Okay, so CC hitting it hard, looking to go for Rev, but can't get it done quite fast enough, and Maya have already spotted out some rotations coming his way. Bulba's already charging in, and CC doesn't seem to know what's going on, but now as Rev shows himself, he makes a harder dive back. You can see the Freedom TPs begin to come in. No overcommitments this time.
This is why I don't like INTERNASIONAL. You have a hero who did nothing in the lane except feeding. Pretty much. You can see by the score. If someone has
Dire's
0x0,
middle tower is under attack.
that hero is doing nothing.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, you're kind of just hoping that he gets that magic item now or something, or gets to that certain level that just turns on TimberSaw and makes him a hero in the game. But you know that potential's not quite there, and he's going more versatility pickup as he tries to finish out the pipe, which it will help. Some of the magical burst fire coming out from CCNC, and of course the static storm, Stand King and stuff. But yeah, that's not the vicious core TimberSaw that we come to know.
I'm also surprised the Night Stalker didn't finish the urn from his raindrop. It's so good against the Dazzle and the Grave. You just once he uses a Grave, you just use it and he pretty much dies if he doesn't have sticks or heal coming up.
What has he been opting for instead here? He's just going straight Midas. And already got the drums? Yeah,
drums. Yeah, he got drums. Wants to go for Midas. Good item here would be a Solar Crest to survive the Nikes and the Puck combo. That's one of the options, but he tanked up with drums.
And maybe they just got so many good kills early and he had like all this money and it's like, oh, I can get a drums right now and have drums early and be ready for fights.
Snaking sitting on a pipe and mech 1k gold away from Guardian Greaves. Jesus Christ.
He's stacked out of his mind. Pretty much had all that top lane to work with and then made two big team fight participations. Oh, they spotted him. That'll be an easy kill. That'll be an easy Bloodstone charge for CCNC. Dude who's nearby is like, I will not have any part of this. Quickly TP's out. And Mason, who is nearby in the jungle, might have to make an exit here because Freedom are sweeping through. Stand King's already dropping down wards. They've taken high ground positioning here as they make a long approach all the way over to the mid lane where Snake King is currently standing, and they make a hard shot for Mason. Mason, though, is hit with the Grave, tries to go for a TP, but the glimpse is going to be there. Now Mason, furious about it, tries to take down Stand King. He is able to take down Stand King, man. Mason hits hard, hides in the catapult, but the catapult gets taken down from the tower, and he's still alive and well. Barev's able to jump back by his side, and Freedom are stuck on the back end side, trying to fight under their own wall. Mason, alive!
They should time their spells correctly. Night Stalker could fly over, and because he has a good vision, and he needs to silence the Dazzle. They already committed the Disruptor ulti on Nike, so there's no need. A little bit of misplay there, which costed them just to waste a lot of times and spells. But also good armor toggle by Lifestealer.
Man, he got so angry at Stand King that he even tried to make that fight happen that he just turned around and beat him down in 3 punches.
He went for Echo Saber build. That's not usually what you see on Nikes, especially when you don't have a hero like Magnus or I don't say Invoker. So you put a Lacry on him, so you have that double hit with a cleave.
Yeah.
Maybe just more burst damage. Deso into AC, I guess. A Basher if they want to lock down for a storm.
They found Flea. Flea was moving in, trying to get a hold of that Invis rune. Snake King shows up. They're all spread in. He wants to chop at him a bit with his Ion Shell, but they're moving in hard. He helps out with the pipe. Now the move's there from CCNC, coming in from behind. When with the vacuum, they quickly take out Bulba. Static Storm going to be dropped, but it doesn't find anyone to lock inside. Forev now wants to get into the fight, moving in, trying to slash apart Snake King here. They need a bit more. They will get it. Abed from the back end side moves in and pops out all of the damage to be able to clean things up.
Lifestealer, so tanky, 2k HP. He would have went for damage on the talent tree. Feels like he's tanky enough.
Boy, oh boy.
This troll needs to get back into the game somehow. He's sitting on 9k net worth, but still I don't feel like he's doing that much.
Been a couple of times, but outside of farming, I don't think he was there to participate in the kills. He's there to participate globally with his ult, but yeah, it really hasn't been on the positive end of a lot of the action for Freedom for what has been going positively for them. CCNC, looks like they're pinging right on Barev's positioning here. Flea's trying to rush his way that direction, but CCNC has found a juicier target in Dubu. Moves right in, pulls him back, and Flea will tag him up with a silence just to be safe.
With Yule Scepter finished on Puck, he can remove the silence from Night Stalker, he can survive longer in the static storm. Puck is so hard to kill right now. Okay, no, good. The Night Stalker switched to that build I was talking about.
Yeah.
Just go get that Solar Crest against the bomb.
Yeah, that's a good call. And no surprise, Stand King, that hard position, 5 position 6 almost.
Jesus Christ, this Nyx is also so
The Lords and stuff.
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
he is
is under
almost got,
attack.
he's got like Deso done nearly.
Yeah, it is done.
Deso. Woo. And Mason is huge. I don't know how much kiting power Freedom have. Of course, CCNC has a lot, but for the others, they have to kind of be in the midst of the action and in the scary path of this Mason Lifestealer. And all that could be set up, of course, by Abed. Plus, you have Forev, though Forev personally has been able to make a huge mark in the game. He could still cause chaos in fights, and Team Freedom could have to deal with them and allow Mason to really just do his own thing.
Freedom doesn't want to take a fight before the Orchid is finished, especially for that Nyx, and they have a lot of silence. It's one for they need to control the Dazzle in a fight. One of the silences either from Night Stalker or an Orchid, or just pull him so he can't get the Grave off, and he's such an easy target.
Here we go, Abed bomb.
Everyone has their items up, both teams, they want to fight now. Guardian Greaves, Orchid. On the Team Freedom side there's Deso, and you have, what else was finished?
For Freedom side?
Dire's middle
Yeah,
tower
they have a
is under
Defusal.
attack.
Defusal and Throw.
Yeah. Here's Freedom, they've smoked, they're heading right across their ancient camp. DC are up and over on the opposite side, thinking about their move inside the Roche pit, that they're not there. Freedom are going all the way up in wrap.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
DC now show themselves in the lane.
Did both
It's a
teams
Radiant
just use a scan?
Radiant scan. Oh, they've spotted out.
Radiant's top tower.
Now they
Dazzle.
take a fight.
Yeah, they want to run in. Now there's no Shallow Grave, there's no Dazzle to worry about. They want to see what they can get a hold of here. They spotted out Forev and Mason and a Bulba all caught into the Static Storm, but they're able to man fight it forward and take out CCNC super fast. Mason trying to survive. He hides within the Infest, pops it back out, and is now able to shred apart Freedom. Snake King, wounded and weak, trying to run back and away. CCNC could be back in about 4 seconds time, but this fight seems to be already over and in the favor of Digital.
If only Storm didn't die there, he's the only one that should not be focused in a fight because he doesn't have defensive items still. And the only thing they had to lock him down was that Puck silence, and the Nyx just right-clicked him. A few clicks. That's pretty much it.
He died so fast. Now with that, DC are going to be rewarded with their own +1 objective, moving in for the Roche pit. With the help of that Medallion, how hard Mason hits shouldn't take that long at all. And Freedom, though they may be kind of in the neighborhood, they are not going to look for any sort of player defense.
That was a fight 4 versus 5. They still managed to lose it. Storm needs a defensive item. He doesn't want to commit to Yule Scepter. Might not be bad against Nyx and Spirit Breaker, plus to remove the silence from Puck. But what he's thinking, maybe even a BKB, not a bad idea. Plate Mail will give him some physical damage resistance against the bomb from Nyx and Puck. But still they don't have a save hero on the Team Freedom side.
Yeah, once someone gets kind of focused, there's not much to be able to bail them out. And Freedom, though, crawling their way through the bottom lane. They find an opportunity to make a quick jump play and take out the Dazzle. Free charge going to be earned for CCNC, but Bulba sets up an opportunity for a counterplay, charging into action. Now CNC is going to be left with very little to no mana to work with. Pop the pipes, Snake and Company all try to go for a run, but Abed's on the chase. They're going to be forcing out a Static Storm to try to zone them and keep them off. It looks like it might be just enough to allow Freedom to escape, but these ults committed defensively to make it out is certainly not the best feeling for Freedom. That was all just for a Dazzle pickoff on the bottom.
Yeah, once again, I don't know if Dubu is doing that purposely, or they can still take a fight so they commit, waste a lot of mana, especially on Storm. and he's low level, so he gets back into the game pretty much in 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and they still have a tier 1 tower on bottom, so maybe that's what they wanted to do. So he can just TP on the bottom, and they reset the fight with him.
Radiant's bottom
Or
tower is
you
under
can say that
attack.
he just fed a kill.
A lot of people were saying like Pi and how he beats and stuff like that is very similar to that.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the like a good side of it.
Yeah, then there is like some of these supports, if they're just so underfarmed and so malnourished,
Radiant's
they'll come back
bottom
into the game so
tower
fast
is
that
under
it might end
attack.
up working in the better by baiting out an early feed like that one. Here comes Digital Chaos sieging into the high ground, the first high ground push of this grand final, trying to take it into the Freedom. The Freedom already tag up their first shrine. A hit onto Mason. Back inside, and now he wants to man fight a bit. There's going to be the coil committed plus the troll ulti. They're trying to hide within the coil, but then frantically move about, and finally they put their focus all onto Yawar, and they're going to be able to bring him down. He does have a buyback, but otherwise he's going to be out for 50 seconds. CCNC dances in and out a bit, but already low on the mana. Mason's going to be happy to move right back in. Go to work onto this tier 3. He still even holds his Aegis. Now they put their focus onto CCNC. They hit him with the silence, and he's going to be forced to deny. But he has no buyback, so he's out for 30. Yawar's back in action right now, but it's just looking disastrous for Freedom. This is looking all DC all day, moving in, forcing Flea back inside their fountain. It looks like they found an opportunity to make a move onto Bulba and take him out of the fight, but Mason is still working with the objective at hand. 2 more attacks should be able to take out the Rax. The first one, Berev will pay the price for it. He gets out to deny at the end too. Very nice.
This is the best way to, let's call it slow siege, especially when your Nyx is that farm and you have Aegis, especially like with Echo Saber. So you just go right click a few times, use a rage once it lasts, I don't know, 6 seconds. When it's on 3 seconds left, you just go back, repeat it. So Team Freedom needs to take a fight there, or you're just gonna lose a Rax.
Now Freedom back, able to get themselves back out from the base once again. CCNC now down to 8 charges and a cooldown Bloodstone, but it is nighttime. They can go for one last little bit of action as he jumps up into the mid lane. Abed is able to get off the shift. Can they finish him off? No, the Grave comes off. They can't get to the Dazzle and silence him. All focused onto that puck. And now comes out another counterfight opportunity going for DC. They send Abed back and away. They get the coil onto Snaking. He goes for the TP and he will be able to make it out, but the focus down the mid lane is going to be on Stan King, and he will not be as fortunate. He goes down. Abed picks up that one, securing a killing spree for himself. And now possibly the tier 2 tower.
Storm just wants to keep the creeps, so they don't have anything for the push. Clear the road. Already a charge committed.
TP jump.
Radiant's middle tower is
King,
falling.
he's gone.
Still Aegis on the Lifestealer.
Yep, jump in. There's that Lifestealer. Hard shots onto Yawar. He gets silenced, but he's able to go back and tag the shrine. Now he wants to go back in and fight it out, but they are not quite getting their targets. They're waiting. They drop the vacuum and the wall, but DC make it back outside. Oh, that is a hard spell to commit now for your defense. DC just straight up walk back and away, satisfied with their winnings. And because they took down that tier 3, this means that they can now get more money secured by finishing the shrines.
There is not a single kiting item on the side of Team Freedom yet. You need to have one against Nyx. I see Darkseer has one queued up. 4 staff, but he doesn't want to buy it. He wants to save the buyback if they're focusing. But they needed it. This fight and the previous one just to remove the focus from the storm, force him out of the fight.
Oh, mid lane, they have that coil set up onto Snake King. He does get the help with the glimpse send back. Bulba wants to charge in. It looks like Snake King's gonna be fine. Shrugs off the gank. Thanks to his team. And makes it back mid. I mean, you do make a good point. A lot of these mobility items would be very useful to try to kite away Mason, but we got to give credit to Abed. He's been laying down some sick coils and allowing Mason to be right inside the fight. Difficult for Freedom to even step away, but it is going to be something to deal with here. Mason now has a double damage rune as he ascends into the mid lane. Oh my god, look at the damage on this tower.
AC Desto
Jumping from CCNC, this is a straight up jump. He's not looking at TV, back to the fountain, and puts all of his focus onto Mason. Mason is going to get hit with the grave. They have the static storm, the pullback back into the kinetic field, all to hold him inside. But can they even get down that Aegis? No! They turn back onto CCNC, and they will be able to finish him off. He's forced to buy back as this is the final hurrah for Freedom for game number 1. DC could back out now, make the safe play, and really have a leverage in this game, but seems like that might be the play. Freedom are in desperation mode at this point. After repositioning, it looks like they're not going to be able to get anything from this, and they straight up throw in the towel. Game number 1 of this grand final is going to belong to Digital Chaos.
Wow. They had so much lead that they blew it all the way. They try to focus
DC's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. DC's turn to ban.
One more series.
Radiant team ban.
Just wait.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. DC's turn to puck. Radiant team.
Well, hello, beautiful Dota people of the world. Welcome on back inside the Beyond the Summit Hot Tub TI machine. We're actually getting down to the back end of this hub. I'm so sad it's already almost over. Are you sad, Jack?
It's not entirely almost over. We still got China's game.
This guy had to think about it. He should have just said, I'm devastated. Anyways, yeah, China matters, I guess.
I am devastated. It's been a lot of fun. Just being here with everybody, seeing people just go around the clock. Like, you come in and some people, you know,
reserve time.
With this whole sleep thing, like, people, the filters are gone and people say some crazy stuff.
Yep.
We're playing all kinds of different games here and watching some Dota, talking about Reach. It's great. It's actually quite an awesome experience.
It's exciting. It feels good to actually be with persons who know the Dota. You can talk about Dota, like the good Dota. Unlike me at home, I have friends who are 2 and 3K, and they know everything, of course. Of course.
So 10 seconds remaining.
It's good to be here.
It's good to be here in this group because you look really smart.
Yep.
So.
5 seconds
it's not hard
remaining.
to look the smartest in the group, and the rest of the group look
Probably why you like, yeah, it's probably why you like to cast
Reserve
American Dota
time.
a lot.
Wait, is he insulting us? I can't tell.
I think he's saying that we're not that good, Grant.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is...
All I know is
you know what they say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room.
That's a good saying.
How's that a good
I'm
thing?
never in a good
Look,
room.
all I know is that
I'm always in the right
changed
room.
his shirt. That's all I know right now.
Yeah, I'm sweating a lot.
Not really
I've
able
been
to
sick for the
process
past
it.
5 days, but still, it's very enjoyable to be
Still a
here.
V-neck. You had
Yeah.
that little bit of Europe in there, so.
Well,
All right. Yep, we're here. Grant, don't worry. All right. It's game number 2. The draft is underway. Digital Chaos versus Team Freedom.
and already a little bit of change from Team Freedom. They go for, I think, a
10
little less
seconds
aggressive on that
remaining.
4 roll in the Nyx Assassin, who we haven't actually seen too much of. I mean, we see way
5
more Sand
seconds
King as
remaining.
well as Night Stalker.
They first picked him this time instead of Night Stalker, which they had last time.
Yeah.
I think that this is still, this is like a more versatile pick in some ways. I mean, again, like you still mostly see him as a 4 instead of a 3, but
You could.
rather than the Night Stalker, like I feel like he does well against a number of heroes, just on the basis like against AoE. Like I feel like he scales better. The Night Stalker, you're relying on that vision at some point in the strong early game, but Nyx just overall throughout the game seems to have a better overall impact. So I I like this Nyx pick.
Yep, and I think, I mean, Nyx provides a different type of vision, right? And it commits DC to actually buying a gem, buying sentries or something to stop those ganks. So you're still getting vision from that Invis hero. And then Stan King on the defensive dazzle, we saw it work out great for DC, even with Dubu. I mean, he threw away his life a lot, but it was for the greater good of the team, like that gank top. Dubu died, and then they got wiped because his team did great. And there we go, the first pick Enigma. They're not going to let it get banned out. It was banned first last time.
Yeah, you always know how I talk shit about Bane and
10 seconds
Venomancer.
Yeah.
Enigma is one of my favorites.
5 seconds
what I
remaining.
like to see.
Yep.
One of the strongest actually.
Enigma's super hyped.
It's super
Reserve
hyped.
time.
It's super. It's not easy to play. It is easier.
I mean,
right
it's
now
just
than it was
straightforward.
before. Yeah.
Maybe it's not easy, but it's very straightforward
Radiant
on what
team
you're wanting to get this Enigma to do in this game.
Yeah, and right during like TI2 and TI3, it was all about hitting big black holes and stuff. Nowadays, it's about controlling a lane, getting mech, pushing as a team, not necessarily just
You don't get a
hitting
mech
that
on
black
Enigma.
hole. What?
You don't get the mech on Enigma.
10 seconds
Seen
remaining.
Guardian Greaves on him during this tournament. I mean, it depends
5
on the hero.
seconds
If they don't have
remaining.
anyone else to get in.
There's a lot of
questionable item.
blink
Yeah.
BKB, but I think there are two fights.
Reserve time.
Just taking it back a little bit. There are two fights last game that are really emblematic of how DC has played. I really enjoyed that aspect of watching DC. You had like the fights where like they charged past the tier 2 into the 4-man disruptor ult, or like the issues, the struggles they had in lane for a little bit, and then you have just moments of brilliance. Like you're just thinking back to that fight top where the two teams were smoked. It's like, well, CCNC was out ahead because he thought it was a rout, right? He thought that Freedom was just running, or rather DC was just running for their lives in all different directions. And most teams would have done that, I think, like if the smoke had failed or Dubu had died, they would have just started TPing and then CCNC can fearlessly go and find someone. Instead, they spread out into a trap. Like, it was just incredible they made a play like that. So I really enjoyed watching DC because we've said they're kind of like a very Jekyll and Hyde team in some ways, right? Like, whether it's the day that's happening or even within the same day, just playing very different forms. I think it's been a lot of fun
10
to watch.
seconds remaining.
So DC started banning out TA Amber.
5
Lino went
seconds
completely
remaining.
unbanned and unpicked last game. Obviously, Freedom sees something they don't
Reserve
like in
time.
the Lino, or they would be picking it up. And I mean, DC's just first picking a puck.
Well, if you think about it, about the last game,
Lena.
if they had Lena instead of Storm Spirit,
DC's
they would
turn
put
to
more
pick.
pressure on a mid lane, and they would have better hero to combo with, and she can build that Yule Scepter that was needed.
Well, they're going to have her now.
I still don't think they were outdrafted in the previous
10
game. They just
seconds
didn't
remaining.
play well. Few mistakes, and they managed to let
5
DC
seconds
get
remaining.
the upper hand in the late game. That Roche fight changes pretty much everything.
Yeah, I think me and Jack just thought they were outdrafted when
Reserve
they picked
time.
the Troll instead of a Sven or a Lycan even. But I think
It
besides
made
that,
things
they were
made
fine.
things harder.
Yeah, it made things harder. They could still do it.
They had to recognize kind of the limitations of the lineup, right? Like the Storm pickoffs on Dubu, good.
Yeah.
The forced like 5-man fights when they didn't have enough damage or hadn't scaled, or say Storm didn't have BKB to survive, like the counter initiation, bad. So but yeah, you mentioned Lena. I agree with that point you just made, Lacoste, because the damage output from this hero is very high, higher than usually the Storm. Not just being able to single target burst, but having the AOE stun as well, and the synergy. So I do think it would have been a better fit last game too. And the way CCNC plays him, he scales him very well into like a right clicker. That also, I guess she doesn't have attack speed problems, but it also synergizes
Yeah, but
with the Troll too.
with a Troll, that's what I just wanted to say. With a Troll ulti and level 3, level 4 passive, it looked like she's missing fire.
She becomes the Gatling gun, basically.
So you have two of your cores already on DC, which is rare. The first two picks, you have your off lane, and your middle lane, pretty
Radiant
much.
team pick.
Well, DC Slaughter, they're the only team who's pretty much picking it now. I mean, it has extremely good mobility early game, probably the best of the 4 roamers. When you get Tranquils, you have the sprint. It's really good, but it kind of fell off, but now, I mean, DC's having a good day. They're just going to keep picking it up.
10 seconds remaining.
It out-roams the Nyx a lot early game, I think levels 1 through 3.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
Saw that run earlier.
about Nyx Assassin, it always feels like you're not gonna hit
Reserve
that stun.
time.
Even though you have boots, it always feels like it's too short.
It's got to be one of the harder stunts to land in the
Yeah.
game. That Lesh is also a real pain in the ass to try to connect with.
That's why I think CCNC loves whenever Flea has Sand King and he's on Lena, because he knows he's always going to hit the stun. It's a lot easier with Nyx. With Lena, you want to kind of like preemptively do the stun where you know Sand King is stunning. With Nyx, if the hero moves left or right, you're just going to miss both the stuns at that point. It's really tough.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, they go for Slaughter regardless of the Lifestealer being banned out. There's that Legion
DC's
Commander coming out,
turn
the
to
first
pick.
one of the day.
Okay.
No.
I think I mentioned this once. They still don't have a counter to Enigma BKB Black Hole, but if you have to adapt, you can go for Ether Lens on Legion Commander once you get a confirmed, let's say BKB, and after that, so you go and you can actually
5
duel the
seconds
Enigma.
remaining.
Gives you the extra
แคป
range.
ชั่นอ่อยมาก
The next level for you, maybe.
That's like mad. That's like that's like a fun little mad scientist
I don't think
theory.
I don't think any of these legions have like gotten more bars than a blink and a blade mill. It's though. I'm glad they finally. I'm glad they not finally give him playmaker. It's only been one game. It feels like more already,
ตอน
but
นี้นะคะ
They could still pull out the core vengeful
ฝนตก
spirit
ค่ะรู้สึก
and have that way to cancel out the enigma, and then a bristle back
ไม่มี
comes
อะไร
out.
ทำนะคะเราจะออก
Bristle
ไป
after Legion.
yeah, that's what it is. It's interesting. I mean, Bristle's obviously
It's
always
not,
going to
it's
be
not
good.
like a super counter to Bristle, but it turns him
สวัส
around.
ดีค่ะพี่จ๋า
It simply
28ค่ะ
turns him
ได้ยินแล้ว
around.
28
The ultra
นะคะ
weakness.
10 seconds remaining.
And now you have the Lena, who's super good early, super good late. You have Legion who can
Five
scale. You need a Yawar
น่า
hero.
เรียกมาก
Actually, that's already the
สวัส
Mason
ดีค่ะ
hero,
ว
so
าสนาสวนฉาย
I mean, you're
นะ
pretty
คะ
much uncounterable
Đây
now
là
for
28
Yawar's
đấy hả?
hero. What do you pick?
DC's
Right, there's already the 3
turn
cores
to
out from
bat.
DC. There's not really a support that's going to
82
counter
ด้วยนะคะ
Yawar's hero.
มีตบแน่นอนค่ะ
I
So
think the
team
overall
making
game
yeah,
plan for
uh-huh.
DC is interesting. It's a little bit different. This look is something that NP and some other
10
teams have done where
seconds
they have
remaining.
obviously like the cores being able to push out main and stuff, but
Wait,
there's super
hang
tanky
on.
cores and some kind of like initiation of
ขนจมูกจะร่วงเหอะ
if they get to this game state where the
โสด
pistol
อีก
bag
แล้ว
is just
โสด
at the
นะคะ
front
ช่วง
pushing
นี้
and you
โส
have to
ดและ
turn into
ว่าง
it,
มาก
and you know
เลย
there's like
ค่ะ
a
ใคร
pocket
จะชวนไป
Nicholas
ไหน
sort
ก็
of
ไป
behind it,
นะ
it
คะ
becomes very difficult. So for DC, it's a
ช่วง
bit
นี้
of
คื
a
อแบบ
change of. I think
ว่าง
this kind of
คิว
goes
ไม่
back
มี
to
ค่ะ
so one of the keys we
มี
talked
ที
about,
วั
not
น
so much the
ที่
speed
22
itself, but like they
23
need to have this game under control. It can't be like one of
10
those like crazy
seconds
wild
remaining.
games where taking fights all over the place. But if it goes into that kind of game, I
5
think it's good for
seconds
DC.
remaining.
What about
วันนี้สวยอ่ะ ไม่ใช่สวยทุกวันแหละค่ะ
Yeah,
possibly for
Yawar
freedom?
play it.
Reserve time.
I guess
5
first corrosive
seconds
haze
remaining.
obviously is one of those major
Good
things. Probably could have
catch.
vision on him if that Slardar gets a blink. And
Radiant
Crystal Main
team
being last pick now these games.
I haven't seen her in a while, but they get the extra mana for everybody.
And
Which is
Bristle
gonna be
and
nice.
Puck especially, those heroes
Yeah.
love that early game.
28
Even
โคตร
Enigma,
บ่อย
he doesn't have his early mana
28
boost, which he
สุด
should
โคตร
get,
บ่อย
but
โอ้
that extra regen and
สอง
now
แขกก็มีนะ
Against
คะ
range time.
มึงโสดจริงไม่
Black Hole and
อิน
Freezing
ใหญ่
Field
แบบ
also,
ว่าหีกระ
something
ดองกระ
Tsunami
เดี่ย
was not able to do in their show match game, but something that maybe
5 seconds
Dubu will be able to.
remaining.
what,
But
So
that's
like,
more in the counter
he
initiation
could have-
part, right?
Whoa.
If you go on the bristle and you have the CM right behind with the
Well,
freezing
they have a counter for a black hole there.
yep, Stone Gaze.
ฮะ
Stone Gaze. Looks good,
เสียง
yeah.
แหลมมากนะจ๊ะ
Check.
So Medusa for
เดี๋ยววันนี้เราจะออก
Yawar
ไป
at the end.
อยู่กับพี่บี
The
มึงอยู่
ultra
กับพี่
late
ที่พัท
gamer.
ยามึงมาหากูหน่อยดี
I'm still thinking, like, they still don't really have that counter for Bristle. I mean, obviously, like Legion, like Lacoste said,
When you
took around,
know,
but I mean,
Lombard,
he's
huh?
6 slot and super tanky. He doesn't really care. I mean, back
So
facing
he
is
don't
great,
have
but he's
any-
still. They have to
Sinasabi
blow him up with like
ng
all of
Ganso,
Lena, and then
Choi
look, the rest of the team around him is gonna enable. I mean, they're gonna enable Mason in this game, I think.
ตลกไหม
again.
เนี่ย
This
บอก
is
เลย
I like the. Go ahead.
No, you
10
go
seconds
first.
remaining.
All right, the stone gaze is really interesting here because if you talk about the counter initiation, if you do that into the stone gaze, obviously it'll end those spells, including if you get it off just before the black hole. But also with his face turned in say Legion Commander duel, he's guaranteed to be stone gazed, and then he's just gonna get he's gonna eat a lot of physical
That is
damage to
true,
the face,
yeah.
and that they don't
สวัส
really
ดี
have
มี
that
น้อย
kind of a save.
ใครสนใจที่จะต่อนะคะ ต่อขน
so
ตาสวยๆนะคะ แบบนี้นะคะ ต่อแล้วมีหัวเลย
There's
นะ
not
คะ
much burst on the side.
ต่อแล้วมีหัวเลยทันทีนะคะ โสดปุ๊บมีหัวปั๊บนะคะ
As you mentioned,
ต่อในราคาถูกๆนะคะ
like
ขนตา
Medusa needs to
ต่อ
have a
ปุ๊บ
lot of
มีหัว
items.
เลย
Like
นะคะ
a Laguna.
ตัวไม่ใช่
provide
ต่อ
much damage.
ต่อปุ๊บเลิกกับหัวเลย
That's it. We'll take out that.
ออกโรงพยาบาลพรุ่งนี้โอเค
Oh, that
เจอ
is
กัน
ugly hair on
I
Dubu.
wanted to actually say
Okay,
something
yes,
else.
sir.
Now I don't even know what I
Okay,
wanted to
yes,
say,
sir.
but still. Maybe I'll.
We'll remind you, Lacoste.
Yeah.
We'll find a way to bring it back.
Yeah, then you can
เดี๋ยว
sound smart.
เราจะตั้งไว้ได้ไหม
So whose draft do you guys like coming out of the gate?
Hello Hello
It's hard to say. I like the uniqueness.
มานี่มา
I
อยู่ไหน
like
พี่จ๋า
Freedom's
อยู่ไหนคะ
lineup with the Medusa, and you mentioned the synergy between the Stone Gaze and the potential great counterfight potential, but
Prepare for battle.
will this Enigma be able to just be a huge force in the later game, or will they have much to be able to stop him? Is the other thing. I don't know. I'm a bit torn, but I feel natural to side with DC on this one.
Yep. Slardar did run into the Nyx assassin. They both ran into each other. So
นี่ไงก็มันไม่มี
jungle.
เขียวบุหรี่นี่
Meanwhile,
แหละ
it's like
ที่เขียว
two
ที่
quick heroes
ที่
bottom
ใหญ่
and
ที่สุด
one
แถ
hero
ม
top
เขียว
by
แถม
two. But
ไม่ต้องล้างอีก
Snake King doesn't need to be
เขียวไปเรื่
careful.
อยๆจนกว่าจะเป็น
Just get
นะคะ
chased down. Snake King's a little
Cleo.
far away. Luckily,
Cleo
Lena
เป็นอะไร
is
เหรอ
here.
พลัง
Gonna be able to stop
Cleo
that.
ไม่อยาก
Now
หรอ
look at the same way around.
Cleo เป็นอะไร
Dubu's
เหรอ
being
ไอ้
right
ดำ
clicked by Snake King. And they have 3 heroes up here, so they're gonna obviously win this on the Radiant unless someone else wants to come from Dire, which Bulba is doing.
They wish they timed that better when
Yeah.
they had Lena and
ท้องฟ้าแจ่มใส
30
ไอ้เนี่ยไอ้เนี่ย
coming from the other side.
อัน
They
ยา
were just baiting with a dazzle.
Yeah, I think
I
Snake
never
King was
say
like still trying to
yo.
counter out a smoke, which might have already worn out if they just waited for Snake
ไม่
King
ค่อย
to come
ดี
from the
นะ
back.
คะ
Being
อย่า
able
ถือ
to
สา
front.
วันนี้ไม่ค่อยดีสงสัยเหงาไม่พอ
So what do you do with the Nyx? Like Nyx's stun at level 1 did get buffed a little bit, but it still feels super weak. Like you have to get levels somewhere while not being that useful. What do you do with him? You just sit
He's
down?
gonna be on the mid.
Yeah, he's at number 2 to the mid
ทำไม
lane.
ขำอย่างนี้วะคนลุก
It
เลย
feels like he's very
เดี๋ยวไม่ต่อ
unlikely to kill the
ข
punk.
นตาดีมากสวยนะเนี่ยสวย
He
อยู่
could just right click him down, you know, harass, get some time
He
up.
can
Right
also
hand,
either
guy, you
duel
guy,
or
guy,
just
guy,
go put pressure
guy,
on the
guy,
Crystal
off,
Maiden.
guy,
We've seen that effectively, I think just yesterday. Like steal some creeps, take
when
less
you
hits to
long
stop her
copy,
from
then
getting
you
XP, cancel clarities potentially because she's not going to get a move speed item early on. She's moving at 285, and she certainly
อั
can't
นนี้
fight
แน่
the
ไม่ดู
Nyx.
อยู่
So
ใช่ไหมจะได้ลง
even that would help, I think, just in terms of aura, in terms of
แต่จะไปห้องขวา
behind a little bit.
จะไปแบ
Yeah,
บ
one
นี้
thing
นะคะ
I noticed when Snake King is playing golf lane with a hero that needs to get a
ใครจะมอง
movement
ว่า
shield, they give him the rune. Actually, the mid one, the CCNC doesn't get the rune.
Yep. Yeah, they did do that yesterday, and they do it again, so he's a lot tankier, especially versus those quills. And look at,
Well,
Snake.
he has to deliver the clarity basically if he gets the rune, right? I mean, not the clarity, he has the
This
sound.
is a bit of an awkward spot for Snake King. There's 2 forms of lockdown here.
Can't really die with the 4-man shield, but they can do a ton of
Oh,
damage.
they did
pretty
both
sure.
at once, it looks like.
He can just overwhelming odds and run away. Doesn't want to commit it though.
เดี๋ยว
Good in middle lane, like you said, dual lane, but Abed, he's doing just fine. 4-0 versus 5 and 3. CCNC's only level 1 because of that leech from the Nyx.
Yeah, because it's hard to land a stun and mana burn level 1 does
แค่นี้
so
นะ
much
คะเดี๋ยว
more.
Yeah.
ออกได้
It's gonna be out of mana, one more
Okay,
mana burn
ไม่ได้
and
ใช้พลัง
it's
อะไรวะ
assassin down from the lane.
หี99999
Top
Can
side
you
trade.
not
So
do-
where does he go
Right,
now? It looks like he's gonna head up top to try to help.
He can't do anything on bottom, he just, because the lane is pushed, so tanking will just continue to pull the creep waves, they don't have any skill potential, and that's Enigma, and it's gonna have a good time.
Looks like Snake King might be in a little trouble. He's so tanky, but the quills, I believe those 3 stacks up, even if it's just level 1. He stacks up nicely, and that looks pretty easy for Dire. Like Snake King up there farming does.
What they could do is maybe swap, maybe it would have been better if they started with it, just Legion with the Dazzle on bottom. You're not gonna harass Enigma anyway, just let the Nyx Assassin duel on the bottom lane.
Level down, yeah. I'm actually surprised they're not doing, just pulling it all bottom right now.
Yeah, they could even straight up duel if they wanted to, right? I don't think the Medusa is under
Yeah.
any threat of dying from the Enigma.
Here comes
here we go.
Bulba.
Yep, Sun comes in. Sand King is invis though. He's gonna throw out that level 1 poison. He has a heal too. They want to get this kill. I don't believe he has stun, but they're gonna get him anyways. He does. That 2-0-1 build does so much damage to Lena. It's like more than doing the 1-1-1 even with that stun. There we go. Invis room for Sand King. And invis room for Dazzle gets the kill. He's done. Nice. Back to Angels here. Both teams have ancient takers. That'll be interesting to see because they both have it. If one team wants to go steal the other teams,
Yeah, and
It's
that's
hard. Bristleback kills those stacks early on. Medusa will not
little
have
later.
split shot until level 12, 13 max, so she can't take the stacks and doesn't have enough damage to do it.
Yeah, and with the quills, like because of the dire radiant difference, the bristleback is able to hit multiple camps plus the insect at the same time, depending on where he's positioned, in both like triangular areas with the camps. That's something that the Medusa can't really do at all on the radiant. So actually, I mean, I feel like NP, for instance, already seems to favor dire a lot, and when they have Bristle and Medusa, like that just adds to their efficiency. Right?
Yeah, because they have Ike who pretty much stacks all the time, and they always have those heroes, Medusa, Sven. They can clear the stacks, even Bristleback.
Middle lane. Oh, I think that was a miss uphill on Abed actually. Tried to hit that valve off, couldn't quite get in. Fleet, not a threat to Mason, but he's a threat to stealing this last hit, and the creep actually gets it, the Radiant creep. One little guy steals the big Satyr.
You ever see that video with that Radiant creep? I forget what the name they gave him, but he's just like a part of like everything. I forget, you have to know what I'm talking about.
Have you guys ever seen Power Rangers, Jack? What are you saying?
There's a clip of this Radiant creep. It's like a first-person perspective. And he makes this heroic journey. Like he's a part of.
I know
like,
what you're talking about.
He's a part of like 3 kills and like a Raxing, right? You know what I'm talking about?
I
it's like the Odyssey for this guy.
Yeah.
That was when you said that. That just reminded me that lone heroic creep.
I've seen old Cardi. It's not that one though, but I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. Uh-oh, here we go. Rotation in, but Flea is gonna take this gank, and he's like, all right, not even gonna tank it. He's just gonna scout it fully out.
I have seen Power.
Smoke Rangers.
My bad.
If you want to watch Power Rangers, watch the
Uh-oh,
and if you want to watch someone die,
it won't be Stan King.
It's not going to be Stan King, because he has lived.
Watch J4 because he's at TI.
Yeah, that's one of the Power Rangers.
That's a good one. I can't believe he just lived there. He lived with 5 HP, a perfect stun by Flea.
Oh, bottom lane. They might actually get the kill. What level is Enigma? Level 5? He might die. Frostbite, and he should be dead.
Yo, they max range Snake on Fereb and Bulba. They're doing so much damage, but he has that mana shield. And that's Snake.
That's Snake.
That Snake bounce just single-handedly gave him enough on his shield to survive.
That and I mean, Bulba couldn't commit, right? He tanked like 400 HP. It's level 3.
Yeah, let's hit the showers, boys.
Let's hit it. Good game, everyone. And they could go right back for it if they want. I don't think they have a smoke.
Jack's whole top lane.
Top, it's on Mason. Can they get it? Yes, they will.
Jack really loves snakes. Venomancer, Rasta, this slithering guy. Also, the way you talk about the Sand King's tail.
He has the war.
Snake and Medusa. Always that smile on their face.
You're on to me, Lacoste. The other thing I like about the
Oh, what is CCC doing? He kind of dodged back into that. I mean, Stan King's here, but this is going to be rough. He's not
great,
even level 4. Yeah, doesn't have great, but
they don't know it.
Here's Flea.
Oppa, Ravage on 1.
That was still on a hasted puck. He hits it. No one's going to die again, which is good for the Radiant, even though they did commit 4 heroes here. That was a big kill top, and Flea's level 4. He found the levels he needed. Just like that shrine. Team Freedom's living with like 5 HP on every single gang. CCNC, that was... I don't know why he right-clicked the Slardar when he was on top of the hill when he saw Puck was going to get that rune. Could have been real bad.
So much shrine action.
It really is.
Can't even handle it right now.
Look at Snake King, almost level 6 already. Mason is. Sun comes up. They need to be careful of the 2 supports rotating on through.
Bulba's been moving around so much, he's still level 2.5 this game. Gonna have to eventually find some time to just, you know, be selfish, but here he finds an opening to make a move on the Snake King. His gun comes out from Flea. Is it gonna be enough for a save? No, Snake King will end up.
I think right when they saw he went on him, Stan King had to immediately TP, but maybe he didn't have the full, didn't have rough either way.
It feels like that's been happening to Bulba a lot, where he gets like really under-leveled, like they don't get that many kills and gets a bit under-leveled. Contrast that with like AUI. He just, you know, he's like level 6 at 9 minutes with like 2 kills like persistently, right?
If you want to play good position 4, watch AUI.
For sure.
Oh, the Medusa is actually struggling on bottom. Enigma harassing him or her a lot. He has no mana, he should bring some characters.
Going to kind of gank bottom by CCNC.
This'll come in handy.
He's just showing up. I mean, I think he was going for the rune. Maybe he thought if he went up the hill, he's like, well, I could get a kill. Gets the rune, and he gets the rune on the way back.
Bulba, deep ward down here.
Deep level 2.
Deep level 2 ward.
And look at, yeah, like you said, he's almost level 3. Uh-oh, they're gonna get a coil in on him. Snake King's here, he's gonna press that tag. I think he's gonna broke the coil.
Waited, but still it's good.
Oh my goodness, Abed can't even pick him up, and look at this, Snake King is chunking him, as that extra 10 damage now. Yeah, he should have waited for coil to break and then
either for coil to break or just slaughter the stun.
But it worked, so...
It worked?
Yeah, but, it worked.
Dire's middle
Did it work?
is under attack.
I believe it worked barely.
Okay.
Check the dual victory there. Yeah, it worked.
It worked. They got it. Give him that 10.
Can I check him real quick? Okay, it worked.
It worked. Ooh, Abed needs to be careful. That overwhelming god could have done a ton of damage, but...
It's level 2 ult.
Yeah, it is. Not that he doesn't really know that, though.
Yeah, if you don't know, it doesn't really do much more damage if you don't know that.
But you never know. Nyx could have ran
Surprise
from
them
the
with
back.
level 2.
Yeah, I thought it was 2-1-2, and okay. Here we go, you are. Aggressive TB by Forev. He has his Midas now, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. The cost is like the Tinker rockets, right?
Yeah, you know.
It's like, wait, what? He just finished me off with these rockets. He has no points in March? Like, what's going on?
So first successful duel. Uh-oh, tried to bait it out with Quills, and like we said, these stuns are way harder to hit than Sand King Lina and even Slardar Lina. Well, like I said, you guys. So, I mean, it's Freedom's up 3-2 kills. They're up 1,000 or less right now. Do you still think they're doing enough? Because it feels like Bristle, I mean, Medusa's obviously really good late game, but Bristle is super good in the mid.
Yeah, but look at the Forev on bottom lane. Yeah. Level 9, 10 minutes in.
So,
Midas ready.
Midas to blink. Notice no mech.
Yep.
Weird.
Who is good at, I mean, I feel like a mech is really good on DC because they want to fight that like middle game time when no one's really going to be getting it.
Unless we have Darkseers in the game, I just don't see many mechs anymore.
Mech is so costly.
It is.
And, I mean, the cooldown on it is so big. That's why they nerfed long ago and still stayed the same for a while.
Maybe if they felt that they had like an early game timing, we would see it.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, if they have a timing, they feel like they can just run them over.
Ooh, and here
they
we go.
can go for
But
it.
between Legion, Medusa, and Lina, like there's so much like
Radiant's
wave clear.
top tower is under attack.
Quiet Jack, we got a gank moving in. They're going to set up a frostbite. Snake King trying to purge it off, but they're making too many moves, and he's going to go down. Flea's trying to hide within the trees, but they have spotted him. They have the sentry down, but he's able to walk out of the race, then back in, then back out. All right, they step back out, and now that CCNC and Stan King and more are showing up, this is when DC can pull away, but a successful gank on Snake King.
That's tower deniable, the Radiant top.
No.
Sorry, Jack, I didn't mean to tell you to shut up.
Yeah, you talk a lot. Sometimes you just gotta get
Radiant's
out of
bottom
here.
tower is under
And
attack.
well, at least with that 4-man gank from the Dire, Bulba finally gets a lane to himself middle, so gotta get some levels. He's still only 4.5, about to be 5. Lina getting some farm.
Radiant structures
What are the
fortified.
ancient stacks looking like on both sides?
We got one stack right here, a nothing
0,
over there, a little bit of
1,
something right there, and a
and
little
1.
bit of something right there.
Okay, so nothing too big.
1,
Surprised
1,
they
1.
don't have more for Bristle. But they're moving around the map so much. Uh-oh. He seems to be a little careful.
When Bristle gets a pipe, they have no damage, no right-click damage at all for Team Freedom.
Puck, we haven't seen too much movement out. That was a nice gank top. I feel, like we said, after they hit that kill, they need to make something happen. They couldn't even take the top tower, though.
Oh, they're making a move for it.
Here we go.
Oh, he's able to turn around and get the Midnight Pulse, but the follow-up stun is there, and then the duel. And that will earn Snake King an extra 10 damage, putting him up to 20. He's able to fight right back after that pick off the top
Dire's
lane.
bottom tower is under attack.
They feel that
Radiant's top
much
tower is
the only
falling.
ones that can actually fight, because they really don't have much, and they should just try to invade fight. This will eventually come to that one
Dire's
point
bottom
where
tower
Enigma
is
has
under attack.
BKB, Black Hole, and Blink, and Bristol is gonna be so huge.
And it's
be
pretty much
hard.
all on Medusa
Yeah.
to hit ulti, yeah. And if she doesn't, you're going to get wiped at that point. If she doesn't have ulti up when he has BKB hole, it's going to be a real problem.
Until that point happens, Freedom do have a lot of potential to find tempo, like just around their cooldowns, basically. Or Nick's there as
getting
well.
close to that Blink Dagger on
CC&C.
There's
Down
the
a level
2-3-4 that you mentioned last time, Grant, like the positions and kind of setting the base.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit almost like those IG teams of a few months ago.
Yeah, when they used to revenge military especially.
What are we talking about? 2, 3, 4?
Yeah.
Yep, what is it?
Just those positions on the team, like
Dire's
setting
top
the
tower
base,
is under attack.
using their tempo to find kills each time they have the cooldowns. Where you have like defensive support, boss, carry who's going to get the majority of the farm, and then you just go around taking one kill at a time on cooldowns until you have an edge to get the team fights.
Yeah, like mostly like Nyx Legion this game. If those two are together, you just smoke them with Nyx in front. It's a lot of easy kills, especially maybe on that Enigma. If he lays down the aggressive Midnight Bolt,
there it
is.
is.
Carapace
Under
and
attack.
oh, they're going. Oh my goodness!
Oh man, they have found the mother load.
You're not even going to wait for the dual damage on that one. It's too juicy to pass over. Can't miss the Nick stun when he's been running.
Hey, he'll duel this one!
See ya! And wow. They're going to be able to... What level is the split shot on you are?
No,
0.
0.
This might be tough to take, guys. Let's get out of here. We have nothing, actually. We have Snake.
Did Bulba come over to investigate the wreckage or something? I'm not really sure, but wow, that is unfortunate for them.
Yeah, that was... Because, I mean, your Bristle died, which is bad, but you're like, oh, well, at least there's a little less late game. Snake King's not getting that plus damage. And then
Bulba, Uranus Investigator.
And he, oh my goodness, Legion at 2.6k, he got so much from that kill. It's like, oh, Blink plus a little extra. And that's a decent Blink timing, 15 minutes, he has the phase boots as well.
But they have a Blink Dagger on Enigma. They want to take a fight right now.
Yeah, Mobile's trying to creep in from the side.
You are skilled ult, right? I thought I saw them. Some don't. Envy didn't skill till 13, I remember, so...
Yeah, 1 point is valuable. You don't need to have more than 1 point until you max out split shot.
Yeah, but when it's going to be a tough push. Last game we saw the defensive ults by not Stan King, Dubu were so good, and right here, Yawar has way too much armor to go on.
There is a 1 sense ward on the left side, but they don't have anything on the right one. Lee is providing so much info.
Hasn't walked in yet. Oh, he makes his move in now. While Abed's running up, finds Snaking on the side, trying to make their move in. Yawar's going to be forced to pop on the Snow Gaze to defend him. Coil getting a drop. Nicely done from Abed to prevent Snaking from trying to run in and duel anybody. He's forced to go around in circles. The freezing field is there, and then the Black Hole follow-up is also going to be on the mark, but the CC&C strikes him down with the Laguna to quickly finish off Rev. Bulba somehow living, hiding within the trees and makes it away. Yawar could be under pressure next, as Stanking is super low. Abed jumps and just barely missed the rift. Snaking steps back, gets off another weave, and will somehow survive.
Could have been a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Freedom, Legion Commander just sitting there.
Couldn't do anything.
You had Nyx Assassin who was successfully scouting. He just went there into 3 heroes.
Yeah, that was definitely odd on Snake.
Also a little bit of premature Medusa ulti, so Enigma just went away from it. They had no vision of Enigma, so he could do a successful Black Hole.
Do you like Nyx's skill build?
Yeah. It's good against Bristles, by Carapace, and good against
top lane.
Enigma.
We're gonna have a duel, possibly. Lee is gonna have to stun if they want this, but oh, the Sentry Ward goes down right then, and Corrosive Haze comes out, so vision for the rest of that ult. I guess Snaking just blinked in, and it felt like the stun was a little late, they didn't quite get it. Oh, blink forward on Yawar, they know he doesn't have ult up, Coil's gonna fly, he's gonna be running low on mana here, he's in a little bit of trouble. He's gonna get ulted up, Graved as well, but you're probably just delaying the inevitable here. He's trying to run the other way, Rev picks up the Eidolon. He's gonna try to take down Stanley as well, gets stunned by the Enigma, and he should just get right into Stanley. Skill bomb. Saw that a little bit, but not enough. And this is like when Team Freedom would be doing stuff right when Black Hole's down, but they're keeping the pressure up with Abed's a little bit lower cooldown.
They know we're cooldown.
Just waiting for hiding in the trees, like his old teammate Jimmy used to do.
I like that DC is moving kind of as a unit. There's 2 ways to respond to this kind of 2-3 trying to set the pace. It's either you set a trap for them and maybe bait out a core and counter gank, or you go and kill their carry and defensive support. That's the other way to just now.
Top lane, TTC might be in a little bit of trouble. Snaking maybe to press the attack, but look, it's your Ovid duel on the bet. This might just be to save TTC. Laguna comes down. No, they just take it up. Nice figure out. Oh, Coil again. Does he have press the attack up? I don't believe he does. Careful. Stun. Ovid in a lot of trouble. Nice dodge, though.
Went for mana burn.
No, not right. So Flea's going to miss that opportunity. DC will continue to run a train right through Freedom now, and even possibly get the grab onto Flea. Stanking nearby. Can't really get close enough. If he can get down now. No, not going to be happening. Oh, so unfortunate.
You don't want to TP as Medusa to your level either tower, and then your TP just cooldown and you can't help too late. I mean, you can just
Radiant's
walk
top
there.
tower is under attack.
They're just doing a great job of using Bristleback having 0 cooldowns. Enigma has that high one, but Bristleback
Radiant's
doesn't,
middle
and he
tower
can just
is
run
under
you
attack.
over and over again. Just forever. Double smoke spot up now by the Radiant. They want something to happen here.
Nice play there by CCNC though. He was running away as far as possible from Puck's banning rift and just used the Laguna Blade to secure the dual damage.
Dire's middle tower is
I
under
mean, he has
attack.
40 dual damage. Obviously not the greatest, but that's pretty good in this game. I feel they're losing by a little bit. Here we go, might see a duel coming up. It's gonna be Bulba. And oh, he tried to run. That was an instant kill, and that is now 50 damage. So Lena has blood.
54, sir.
Oh, he has blood.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And yeah, that Bloodstone you were just talking about there on CCNC also complete. So there is a little bit of a pushback here from Freedom.
It's a little late though, right? Because usually he has the Yules plus the Bloodstone almost at the like 22-minute mark, but he just doesn't have a Yules this time.
Yeah, for him because there's not that much action.
Yeah.
And he was pressured on a mid lane from that Puck with Crystal Maiden Aura.
Yeah.
And that duel feels a little risky because it feels like they shouldn't be able to escape alive from that. In a sense, like you have the Shrine there in the tier 1 still.
They might have just been able to like, because they knew they were going to blow a certain point, they could just keep you out if they really wanted, I guess.
And also, like, these outer towers are all still standing for Digital Chaos. This is pretty important because it reduces the range at which you can send those 3 to combo and look for pickoffs. The help comes a lot sooner, like near the tower itself, obviously, like, easier to defend with vision and TPs. So that feels like it really restricts things, and that's what's been causing some of the overextend. So they've lost a couple of towers already. That makes it harder for them to get reinforcements when these smaller fights turn into bigger ones.
Well, Legion is running on bottom. They have info where Enigma is. So I'm not sure it's gonna be enough. Radiant using a scan to see if he's behind them. Yeah, forever.
Oh, he's going to farm that up though.
Well, when you
tower
see,
is
they
under
should not
attack.
use scan there because you know something is up as an enemy team. Either they're smoked or they're threatened that you're smoked. You know you're not smoked, so they want to do an action.
They don't have any vision on this gank. They don't even have to smoke. There's no vision. Perhaps going to break down all the trees. Snaking going to try to run away. Oh, nice. He gets the Carapace up on the coil. That might end up saving Snaking and Flea with that heads up play.
Flea walking through the orb with the Carapace.
That was nice.
That was cool.
Save Snaking. Snaking got a lot of farm. He got like 3 sets of Eidolons plus like 4 waves.
Dire's
Didn't
top
die.
tower is under attack.
It's a heavy gank to avoid. Mar gets a little bit of time to poke at the mid tier 1, but DC have been really good at rotating all the way back and just being there for a lot of these towers.
Abed with an Arcane Rune. They might want to, I mean, they have Enigma hole up. Arcane Rune Puck's actually insane with how much damage she can output.
He's actually skipping the Yule Scepter build
Which is,
on Lena.
we haven't seen that in a while. Uh-oh, Dubu, Fareb, both getting scout out. They pinged out Snaking.
Oh, that hard stun to
Dire's
land.
top tower
Shows
is
there,
under
can't
attack.
quite get the reach onto Crystal Maiden. Snaking would have been ready for a follow-up play, but the opportunity is now gone.
I like Fareb. You saw him kind of look back because they had almost 3 heroes there. Like, juked back when he saw those 2 heroes a little bit clumped up, but Lee's been pretty on point. He might have just Carapaced the whole off.
Well, if he goes for Shadowblade right now, it might be good. He can continue to push, and he has good kill potential still on Maiden, on Sparta, and on Puck before he gets he can still swap the duels after Shadowblade. He almost has it.
Here we go. They're going to try to finally get that first tower. It doesn't look like Dyer's too worried about losing his tower. They're just gonna let it go. And Yawar, okay, well he has the Midas Dragonlance. Going Scotty next. I guess he just wants a ton of survivability, be able to get off his ultimate and really just tank up.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
EKB very, very close on Enigma now. That could be very well the next fight. Could be Roche too if they really want, maybe. Bristle can almost solo Roche with a Solar Crest. They just have the Black Bolt in the back.
Stanking and just chilling here. Hello?
Hello? Wait, what?
Test?
Pause the game, is he here?
That was like, he didn't even run back down his hill, he was like running left over to the shrine. That was super weird. Like, if they had a lane ward, I don't know.
Yeah, Lena was from the Shadow Blade. Maybe they were trying to fade it, but
and BKB is up on Enigma, he's going to pick it up. Lee, almost level 12. I mean, obviously, the ulti is nice. It gives Nyx like solo kill potential, I guess, like you said, on 2 heroes with it. Maybe the Crystal Maiden, maybe Bulba, but it's just nice. At least your Nyx is finding levels.
yeah, with the Midas,
Yeah.
he's gonna get a lot of levels. And we go back to that level 15 talent, 3 on Nyx Assassin, plus 15 pale damage. The shittiest one in the game ever made.
Oh, and here we go, smoking. Oh no. And look at Stan King. Oh, he was about to just go back to the lane. He's like, hey guys, well, what's up? But it might be Yawar. Maybe they wanted Stan King. He needs to be so quick on his ultimate if he pushes.
Okay. The snakes will be revealed. Will that force DC into the trees, or are they going to go elsewhere? I mean, there's a push also coming from Fleet in the top lane. Looks like Upbud's going to be heading that direction. While the others go inside the pit and get that party started.
That's what I said. I mean, all you really need is Bristle with the Solar Crest. I mean, Brett and inside, outside. They'll just BKB, cast ult if needed. And Cross and Haze is really, really good. Oh, you might know Roche's level if they do that. Maybe they knew they were doing good.
Not going to be able to do anything about it, but add some side pressure instead. CCC is going to work here on the bottom tier 2, but Karev has moved in, and there's the black hole. It's going to get pulled out. All solo. Do they have the vision for CCNC, or has he just simply shadow bladed away from the trouble?
Halo, tole-tole yang ada di Indonesia. So, sekarang gue bakal ngasih konten untuk menjadi
so bad as an Enigma. Like you got up your full, you almost solo killed him while he was shadow.
Kalian, gue nyoba ngomong pelan-pelan tapi nggak bisa. Oke, jadi gue bakal bikin konten untuk kalian yang mau jadi shotcaster terutama. Jadi dengerin aja dulu. Ini basicnya waktu kita masuk band pick ya, karena di band pick itu adalah segalanya. Ketika band pick selesai, baru ada yang namanya gameplay, baru ada namanya meta, bumbu-bumbu dan lain-lain. Tapi untuk basicnya kita bakal belajar mengenai band pick, apa itu band pick, dan kemudian apa yang harus dilakukan oleh shotcaster untuk menjelaskan di mode upgrade mode ya, terutama yang pas band pick kayak gini. Jadi gini guys, seperti biasa ada Dair sama Radian ya, itu basic di Dota. Kemudian di atas kanan ada Kapten Mode, kemudian ada di sebelah sono, atas ada nama turnamennya. Gue lagi ngeliat replay Mineski lawan RRQ waktu open qualifier dari Lamajor. Ini udah lama memang. Jadi gini, di band pick itu ada first pick dan juga second pick. Itu disetting waktu di lobby, itu kehendak panitia atau melalui flip coin atau toss coin. Kemudian band ada 5, ada 5 hero yang di band dari setiap tim. Dayar 5 band, Radian juga 5 band. Kemudian 5 pick juga dari Dayar dan juga 5 pick dari Radian. Kalau 6 namanya futsal. So, first pick sekarang berada di Mineski, kemudian RRQ bisa dapat second pick. Dan yang paling penting adalah untuk seorang shotcaster melihat kemungkinan ketika 2 hero yang sudah di ban. Contoh kayak Mineski, dia udah ngebuang 2 hero mid, Invoker dan Alce. Lu harus tahu Invoker gayanya kayak gimana, karena tipenya banyak ya, Quas Wax, ada Quas Exort, nanti item-itemnya bakal lari kemana. Tapi ingat, item, skill, gameplay, meta jangan terlalu dibahas secara dalam. harus tahu limit otak kalian. Contoh kayak gua, 3K MMR. Gua nggak mau membahas 10 langkah ke depan, tapi yang gue bahas hanya 1 langkah ke depan. Apa yang terjadi di early game, mid game, dan late game. Kalau mau main aman, mending ngomongin apa yang terjadi aja. Lu bisa nge-follow up nantinya item early yang mereka beli. Kemudian kalian bisa menebak atau kalian menjelaskan item apa di mid game. Jangan menjelaskan dari early langsung ke late game atau early langsung bermain 1 jam mungkin ya. Jangan. Kemudian basic dari seorang sukseser juga tidak boleh menyalahkan player. Karena menyalahkan player itu bakal membuat viewer ngamuk. Karena dia tahu MMR kita 3K sementara yang main 8K MMR. Misalkan in your dream, kita pasti bakal dibully, Pak. Hindari bulian dan jangan terlalu makan hati juga masalah bulian. It's okay. Semua butuh belajar. Ketika proses belajar, kalian udah mulai kebal dengan bulian, kalian mau belajar, kalian mau menerima saran dan kritik, itu bakal bagus buat kalian. So, balik ke band sekarang. Dari RRQ lu bisa lihat ada Laundry dan juga Doom. Lu bisa membayangkan juga sebagai seorang shotcaster apa yang bakal dilakukan RRQ melihat Mirana di first pick. Kemudian apakah bakal mengeluarkan combo atau mungkin antisipasi bakal ada execute demon dari ini kan banyak kemungkinan nih, karena masih tapi setidaknya buat titik pesan aja satu ketika di band pick, nggak boleh sombong ya. Sombong nanti aja, jangan di band pick. Nanti sombong kalau udah terkenal nggak apa-apa. Tapi kalau sombong ketika kalian berada di awal-awal menjadi shotcaster, kemudian kita masuk ke band pick, kita udah menyombongkan diri, udah memprediksi yang terlalu jauh. Dalam nggak apa-apa. Maksudnya dalam adalah kalian mendalami apa yang bakal dilakukan oleh Mineski dengan pick-picknya atau dengan line up-nya. Begitu pula ke RRQ. Kalau misalkan dari RRQ ini udah ngambil 4 ya, lu bisa memprediksi lebih dalam tuh lebih bagus. Tapi bukan jauh memprediksinya. Memprediksi seorang shotcaster tidak boleh memprediksi jauh seperti yang gue bilang tadi, step by step. Tidak bisa langsung memprediksi A, B, sampai Z. Itu nantinya bakal membuat case kalian bakal menjadi boring. Dan isinya hanya blame player dan menunjukkan bahwa kalian lebih pro daripada playernya. Karena ingat, seorang shotcaster itu goblok. Yes, berpikiran dalam otak kalian bahwa shotcaster itu goblok. Hanya melihat keadaan yang terjadi. Memprediksi boleh, but ya ingat, kalian punya limit. Otak kalian juga punya limit, nggak bakal bisa over gitu kayak misalkan tiba-tiba jadi in your dream mendadak juga nggak mungkin itu aja. Maaf gua kasar, tapi gua harus bilang jujur. Karena beberapa shotcaster di Indonesia dengan posisi dia yang awal sudah memprediksi cukup jauh, dan akhirnya di mid game udah mulai terasa boring. Boring memang berat, apalagi berada di band pick ketika mereka memilihnya lama ya. Oke, reserve time 2 menit gini harus. Nah, ngomong-ngomong kalau misalkan terjadi ada pertandingan dan kalian casing mereka dari kedua tim ini lama gitu mikirnya, antisipasinya adalah pahami lebih dalam ya, salah satu hero yang ada di kedua tim ini lu bisa mendalami Mirana, skill-skillnya apa aja, RRQ punya sama HR skill-skillnya apa aja. Lu pahami itu aja dulu, ya kan? Sambil ngomong sama viewer juga. Anggap aja viewer ini temen nonton lah. Ketika mungkin PC kalian bisa alt-tab, mungkin bisa ngelihat chat viewer, jangan dibaca nggak apa-apa. Lu baca aja. Maksud gua jangan dibacakan pakai ngomong ya, dalam hati aja. Dalam hati kalian baca komennya viewer. Oh iya benar juga ini viewer. Iya. That's why people love me. Karena gua basicnya gua adalah solo caster ya, dan gua jadi main cast juga di tim Revival. So gua ngelihat chat viewer memberikan ide gua, dari ide gua serap nih, gua keluarkan ke casean gua. Jadi itu yang paling penting. The power of komunitas. Karena ingat, kita nggak boleh cuek sama komunitas, kita nggak boleh anjing-anjingan, ngebangsa.
Situation where DC are simply 1 game away from suddenly qualifying for TI. Freedom were looking like the hot team here, but 2 games now. Things kind of crumbling apart a bit. And here we go, hard move in with a freezing field. Snaking is going to be forced to be bailed out with the grave. Nice stun falling from Olva, eating a lot of damage. But there's the black hole move in for Rev, looking to end this game flat out if possible.
staying king,
Halo
barely
guys,
alive,
selamat
trying to
datang
walk back
di
away. You are
Melon
trying to
YouTube
bend them off
channel,
of him with the
dan
stone
kali ini
gaze.
gue bakal
He tags the shrine.
pelan-pelan. Gue nggak bakal nge-rap kayak gue nge-cash untuk menjelaskan tutorial menggunakan OBS. Lu udah bisa lihat di atas upload speed. Ya, untuk streaming tentunya. Gue nggak ngomong masalah recording. Recording gue udah pernah masalah beberapa tahun yang lalu. Jadi ini untuk streaming. Kalau kalian punya upload speed misalkan 2 MB, berarti maksimal bitrate untuk upload kalian adalah 2000 bitrate. Itu menurut perhitungan gua ya. Bukan perhitungan Feng Shui atau apa ya? Weton ya, bukan. Perhitungan gua. Kemudian gua rekomendasikan upload speed 2 MB thread itu menggunakan 1600 bitrate. Jadi 2000 dikurangi 1600 sama dengan 400-nya. 400 itu adalah rekomendasi pengurangan bitrate sesuai dengan upload speed kalian. Misalkan kalian punya upload speednya 1, berarti maksimal bitrate-nya adalah 1000. Dikurangi 400 sama dengan 600 bitrate. Itu yang paling normal. Karena kalau misalkan upload speed dengan upload rendah kemudian bitrate-nya gede, itu game kalian bakal nge-lag ya. Nge-lag-nya itu di koneksi. Sebenarnya kayak antara si OBS-nya mau mengambil gambar yang bagus kemudian tidak ada upload speed yang bagus, akhirnya dia kayak nyedot yang macam-macam gitu. Gamenya ping-nya jadi nge-lag, kemudian paket loss mungkin di Dota. Jadi seperti itu. Ingat, dikurangi 400 kalau menurut perhitungan gua, dan itu rekomendasi dari gua karena ketika gua punya bitrate yang sekarang 5 MB, berarti 5000 bitrate maksimal, dan gua kurangin jadi 4600, semuanya normal gitu, tidak ada yang nge-lag. Gua mau pakai MNC, gua mau pakai IndiHome, semua lancar ya, semua lancar. Dan kemudian untuk masalah setting ini sebenarnya yang paling sakral yang mungkin buat kalian yang mau mencoba untuk stream. Nah, gua kasih basisnya sedikit tentang OBS. Ini masih OBS klasik. Sebenarnya OBS itu sama aja. Hanya kalau di YouTube itu kadang putus-putus ya. Kalau pakai OBS Studio itu kadang putus, kadang tiba-tiba offline, kadang online lagi gitu. Jadi kayak ada apa ya, antara OBS Studio sama OBS klasik itu beda di reach-nya ke platform aja gitu. Kalau di OBS gua nggak pernah ngerasain DC, tapi nge-crash. Kalau misalkan lagi main PUBG gitu atau PC-nya mungkin lagi berat gitu, pasti crash. Kalau untuk OBS Studio kadang lu bisa tahu kayak misalkan tiba-tiba offline tapi tiba-tiba nyala lagi, itu pakai OBS Studio pasti. Sejauh pengalaman gue sih seperti itu. Dan ini udah di OBS klasik, lu bisa lihat scene PUBG, bandpick, in-game waiting, scoreboard, in-game cave, waiting cave, oke, Dota doang. Ini sudah settingan gua ya. Ini sudah settingan gua. Ini ada beberapa kayak Windows Capture, maybe di Dotanya, atau mungkin lu apa namanya mau ngambil gambar teks, image slideshow, video capture device ini kamera, Windows Capture biasanya ngambil game, nembak game. Jadi ini scenes, ini super klasik. Kemudian kita bakal lari ke setting dulu. Setting ini yang paling sakral ya. Sebut dulu setting. Oke, lu bisa lihat. Ini adalah setting dari OBS. Yang jelas bahasanya Inggris. Setting profile udah tinggal aja. Kemudian encoding, nah di sini yang paling membingungkan ya. Yang paling membingungkan karena apa? Karena begini, antara X264 sebenarnya gambarnya bagus. Gambarnya bagus kenapa? Karena dia menggunakan powernya ini ya, powernya yang bener-bener video gitu. I mean video X264 tuh bisa kayak MP4 tuh model-modelnya. Jadi kalau ke 720 bagus, tapi kalau kayak gini kinerja komputer bisa lelah gitu. Kalau yang quicksync, nah quicksync ini harus dibantu dengan BIOS. BIOS itu di apa ya? Hitungannya lu masuk ke setup itulah ke komputer ya kan. Kalau misalkan lu baru nyalain komputer terus lu tekan delete ya kan, bukan select tapi delete. Jadi di BIOS itu disetting yang namanya Intel GPU. Intel GPU di enable baru keluar quicksync-nya. Kenapa harus menggunakan Intel ya? Nggak tahu, ini mungkin keuntungan Intel juga bisa quicksync. Kalau untuk AMD, apalagi untuk AMD Ryzen, nggak usah yang kayak ginian. Lu bisa milih langsung X264 atau Nvidia Enfong ya, Nvidia Enfong ya, pokoknya itulah. Jadi ingat, Kemudian Nvidia Enfang ini dibantu dengan VGA. Kalau misalkan VGA kalian sudah seri yang ke-10, gue yakin pasti bakal aman dan gambarnya itu bakal lebih bagus. Tapi hasilnya ini bakal sama dengan X264. Itu ngebuat PC kalian alias lelah ya. Jadinya seperti itu. Dan ini kalau kalian mau aman ya, kalian ini setting aja 0 kalau pakai Nvidia ini 000 dan quality balance-nya lu bikin 10. Jadi quality balance ini semaksimal mungkin si OBS ini mengambil gambar langsung ke platform live stream kalian, misalkan YouTube atau Twitch. Ingat Nvidia ini bisa dibantu jadi antara prosesor kemudian VGA bisa menjadi satu, gambarnya bisa lebih bagus. Tapi kadang kalau gua pribadi selama gua pakai Nvidia Fong PC-nya kecep-kecep ya kalau gua pakai Intel lah. Kemudian QuickSync ini cepat pakai semacam iGPU ya, di setting di BIOS pakai iGPU. Kalau nggak salah bagian monitoring atau apa gitu nanti ada iGPU, di enable aja, nanti baru keluar QuickSync. Dan X264 ini emang pure hasilnya bakal kayak MP4, bakal lebih bagus, bisa HD tapi ya kecuali kalau PC-nya memang sudah high. Sejauh ini kalau untuk Intel atau AMD untuk masalah encoder itu ya memang tergantung serinya berapa dulu ya kan. Terkadang tuh ada juga misalkan gue lagi di cafe gitu dengan menggunakan i3 yang standar tapi hasil streamnya lumayan, gue pakai i5 ya lumayan juga, macam-macam lah. Kemudian kita masuk ke bagian setting ini ya harusnya lo udah tahu ya kan, live stream, kemudian dari ke YouTube mungkin lo udah masuk di dashboardnya YouTube, lo tinggal masuk ke nah untuk video gua rekomendasikan memang 1280x720. Kenapa? Karena begini, kalau di atas ini memang bisa kayak 1980 1080 misalkan resolusi HD di atas 720p ya, ada 1080p misalkan. Ya, absolutely it's okay, no problem. Tapi itu butuh PC yang bagus juga gitu, dan VGA juga harus lebih greget lagi tentunya. Dan resolution downscale-nya kalau bisa di nun aja. Kalau dikecilin jadi kayak semacam ini gua punya live stream 720, tapi di OBS-nya karena ada penurunan rescale, otomatis resolusi yang keluar di layarnya itu jadi 1024x576. Jadi kayak semacam ngeblur ya, semacam ngeblur. Dan FPS 40, 50, 60 terserah mau berapa, tapi standarnya adalah 30. So mau di 30 juga gak masalah ya. Oke, kita balik ke audio. Nah, di OBS klasik ini input audio cuma satu, jadi lu cuma bisa milih kayak oh ya udahlah gue milih misalkan headphone-nya aja gitu sudah. Tapi kalau di OBS Studio ada 3 input. Jadi kalau misalkan di di PC kalian ada 2 headset atau 2 sound card dari headset yang masuk ya lu bisa pakai dua-duanya itu, Pak. Jadi kayak semacamnya kami juga studio ya kan, kayak mixer gitulah kasarnya. Kemudian masuk ke advance. Sebenarnya gua nggak mau mengurusi advance, tapi berhubung gua settingannya QuickSync, settingan QuickSync itu memang lebih cepat. Nah, ini cuma bisa main di best quality. Jeleknya QuickSync itu apa? Kalau penonton kalian nonton di bawah 360 itu gambarnya sudah kayak spika, Pak, kayak main Sega gitu. Kotak-kotak ya, 144p, 240p itu udah kotak-kotak. Sementara 360 menuju ke 720 misalkan itu udah lumayan. Cuman gua nggak bisa kalau di rumah gua nggak bisa 1080 karena monitor gua aja 1600 masih jadul gitu karena ini monitor kerja. Kalau di kantor Revival 1080 dengan QuickSync udah istimewa sih. Cuma rata-rata orang lebih milih ke X264 alias tinggal klik and play, jadi nggak mau mengurusin OBS-nya gitu. Jadi kayak semacam oh sudahlah ayo main gitu. Sudah itu aja. Langsung nggak usah setting aneh-aneh langsung. Yang di sini sebenarnya gue nggak mau nyentuh. Di sini tuh emang
Laguna, Black Hole does not manage to catch Francis, so he's gonna get hit. The Stone Gates will cancel it out. Breaking Beach pop, but they're still doing decent damage. CC barely holding onto his life with the help of the Grave from Stand King, but then he gets dropped. Stand King will be next.
Kadang tuh kalau YouTube dikasih keyframe-nya 2, kadang tuh gambarnya jadi aneh.
The only survivors here, but it looks like not for long. They are surrounded by 4 and
semua itu pasti tergantung yang namanya
zoning back. And that's going to be the game. Game number 2 also will belong to Digital Chaos, and they are now 1 win away from being invited to TI.
Jadi simpelnya seperti itu, dan yang paling penting di bagian bitrate. Jangan lupa buat penghitungan bitrate-nya, ya. Tetap berapa MB dulu, kamu kalikan 1000, misalkan 2 ya udah berarti 2000 gitu. 1,8 ya udah berarti 1800. Kemudian 1,9 berarti 1900. Itu kurangi 400. Nah, disitulah recommended bitrate kamu untuk melakukan live stream. Dan ketika live stream, gua kasih tips, kalian boleh bikin kalau awal-awal ya. Kalau kayak yang sudah YouTuber terkenal mah nggak usah. Dia mau upload pun dengan judul apapun pasti bakal rame.
Radiant team ban.
Locker room and you do the motivation speeches.
Yeah, you should give them water.
I should. Here you go.
No, I'm for that. I'm the water boy.
Oh, okay. Good. We can be a team.
Okay, guys. This is it. This could be our last game of this grand final. Let's get into the draft right now. We got Digital Chaos Team Freedom going back at it again. First pick going to be belonging to Digital Chaos on this one. The Adapt.
Puck, Enigma. They banned Enigma first game. I thought that was a smart idea. They didn't ban Puck either of the games. Now it's banned. Make Digital Chaos beat you with something different.
Do they take that Clockwork first? Because if they don't, it's a fairly safe bet that DC goes.
Oh, absolutely.
We don't. Yeah, you almost have to. Man, I like Lee more on Sand King and Night Stalker. Obviously, Sand King banned out, but you don't leave a second pick Clockwork, which Bulba's played very well.
Yeah, Freedom pass on this Clockwork. DC, you're going to take it. If they don't, I'll draw a cat.
There it is.
Okay, there we go.
Cat not needed.
Is there does DC go for a Meepo here? We talked about this yesterday. You don't really want to pick it immediately, but if you're talking about comfort heroes for a decisive game,
and you're up 2-0, right?
Yeah, you're up 2. So you got to put a lot of.
They'll still save it if they do it.
10 seconds
I don't think they would first phase me.
For sure. I think they might.
No,
because they're up 2-0.
They can still Wyvern. I mean, they still have a lot they could.
That's true, but they're up 2-0.
Yeah, I think it's just a little too risky. You don't have to risk it for this biscuit.
Yeah, you do. You gotta always risk it to get the biscuit. Well, you don't. They're up 2-0.
Who has the best?
It's not gonna be a Meepo.
Looks like it's not
Pain.
Speaking of nice biscuits, Queen of Pain comes out.
Yeah, but this is why DC is actually good at drafting. They forced them to pick a Clockwork, and they instantly pick Queen of Pain because that hero on the mid is not threatened by a Clockwork in any way.
Yep. That is true, but Dazzle, on the other hand, I mean, if Clockwork somehow Dazzle shouldn't be out of position. Dubu has made some suspect decision making. If Dubu finds a Dazzle level 1, he will get the kill though too, so needs to be careful with his Freedom. That Lina still a ton of farm last game. I don't mind Lina here. Especially with the Clockwork, besides Quap, like a lot of people don't have escape mechanisms. Clockwork, Lina can kill a lot.
We definitely never seen any variable play. This is a mid Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
So if they want to keep her on that Lina, they'll get it. They do. Okay.
Grant, you're a genius. Well, I appreciate that, Grant. No, don't make me blush. Thank you. Thanks, Jack.
Someone here had to say it.
Someone had to say it. That guy's a genius. I didn't want to be the one. Thank goodness someone else did. I like this opening from DC as well as Freedom.
10 seconds remaining.
It's just
fine,
pretty standard drafting.
Yeah, it's good.
5 seconds remaining.
I still like how DC, they just keep banning the same thing because they're winning, the other team's not. No need to change anything until you lose a game.
Alright, second phase priorities now. Maybe you go to the next tier of offlaners. Maybe you think about more of the mid laner.
Freedom definitely bans out Night Stalker, right? I think Freedom bans Night Stalker. As well as Pod. They could ban Night Stalker next on Freedom.
You mentioned the anti-mage for Freedom.
Yeah.
This opening so far is looking a bit suitable to perhaps pick that into, as you have the non-disabling support that's not really anti-mage, and you have the Queen of Pain as well. I don't think it would be picked or banned this early, but that's something that could be in the back.
Yeah.
Any chance a Yawar Lifestealer could be in the back of their mind?
I think if they want to go a little bit safer, I think it is, and it's not bad, but DC is more known for second phasing Mason's hero, while Freedom has last picked Yawar's hero every time.
They should definitely ban that Night Stalker.
Yeah, 100%.
But they might actually forgot about it because they're banning Mason heroes. Lifestealer is really good against both Lina and Clockwork, so they might actually forget about it. Flips away.
So they banned the Ursa, which suggests that they might get a Lifestealer themselves.
Yeah.
Potentially also like something like the Timbersaw that they used the first game successfully.
10 seconds remaining.
Things that you don't want to see in Ursa as.
5 seconds remaining.
All great points here.
Possibly, I think a Legion ban from DC would be nice. I think Legion's already a little bit better this game. And man, that Legion actually had a lot of dual damage early, but that's all he had, unfortunately. He didn't have a team back him up a lot of the time. And then I think 2 Lincolns were built at the end of the game, so rough.
Usually you don't ever want to be in a position where you're kind of like sitting in your base and just desperately defending, but that was one of the strengths of the lineup, and it never seemed to come to that situation. Like, there always seemed to be 2 people dead by the time that fight came on to the
team ban.
Sped ban. That kind of tells a bit more that, like what Jack was saying, maybe they're considering something like a Lifestealer.
No.
Well, they didn't pick Sven in the both games. They could have gone Sven in the both games.
Either game,
Freedom, yeah. So they're up to something.
5 seconds remaining.
There's a carry that we've seen.
Or the Meepo again. Maybe.
What's up, Jack?
There is a carry that we've seen some teams play quite a bit more, like in China. It's picked very frequently. I haven't seen it much in NA at all. It's the Juggernaut that used to be very popular for a bit. So I don't know if anybody has any info what came with that here. I really haven't seen much Juggernaut at all.
I don't know. It always feels for me Juggernaut. You can still pick Juggernaut. It's good with
almost
any pretty much lineup.
Yeah.
They're the Night Stalker pick that I talked about. They might forget about it because they're banning the Mason heroes.
What if you do? Could you if they don't Night Stalker right here? Could Freedom take that away and do an off lane Clockwork or Night Stalker? Or do you think that would be too?
10 seconds remaining.
They could
committal.
They could. Depends how the lane goes.
Yeah, there's no way. I was like, there's no way they don't take Night Stalker here. Both teams banning out carries instead of maybe simpler bans. Gonna come down to possibly who has a little larger hero pool.
Queen of Pain and Night Stalker, these 2 heroes seem so strong.
Remaining.
Yeah, they're both like vampires too, I noticed.
5 seconds remaining.
Will Team Freedom pick Bloodseeker so they can suck on the blood?
Oh!
Reserve time.
Oh! My world has been flipped upside down.
You know Lena's bloodstream is actually pure fire. It's in the lore. Good, because I was lying. It was a test, Jack. You have failed. You shouldn't know that.
Off the panel.
I've never failed a test quite like that before, Grant, but thanks.
You're welcome.
Well, so shouldn't they be banning the Bloodseeker? You don't want the vampire reunion here on Digital Chaos, right?
That's true.
There.
Oh!
DC.
Lacoste, how do we feel about this Bane pickup?
Oh.
Give us a give us a positive why you think Bane is picked here. Why do you think they did pick it positively, and then give us a negative after?
Yeah, with every negative thing you have to want to say about Bane, yeah, you got to say a positive because 2 negatives anyway is a positive.
We picked the Lacoste Dream lineup here with the Nature's Prophet.
Oh boy,
man, team
Bane. I guess when they go with Night Stalker, Queen of Pain, he can just beep the target. They go on just to remove some of the silence. Also, he can sleep Dazzle in the target that is the grave, and they just kill it after that. That's pretty much.
I
think I tried so hard.
No, you're good. What about? I mean, early game, right? A lot of 5s get bullied by Night Stalker. If Bane just has like level 1 or 2, he just has sleep. I guess the Bane can't really be harassed by it.
Actually, this is good. Bane and Clockwork, I saw that working out really well because you sleep and you put cogs. It's really a good combo, but. Yeah. After the laning stage,
it doesn't mean much.
Doesn't mean much.
It's set up for Lina too, and he gets bullied less easily than just about every other range support. Right? Bane also hits the gym.
Yeah, I do like. I mean, you said Clockwork can't harass Queen of Pain middle, but Bane can.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice for the setup if they do a Lina Bane middle.
So you will have on the bottom lane maybe a melee hero with a Clockwork sitting there.
Well,
DC's turn.
There's the other way that some teams have been dealing with the Bristleback.
Interesting.
I think that Bristleback, that's the point that I had the previous game when I said that I forgot something about Bristleback, because it's pretty much you're picking the mid heroes in the first stage. You have this Queen of Pain, Lina, Puck, whatever. So Bristleback slips away, and I think the hardest counter to Bristleback still is OD. So you can't pick OD after.
Reserve time.
Was that smart, Jack?
Oh, that was...
It was something.
You said stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a good point.
That was former Meet Your Makers player level.
My goodness.
That was nice.
It sucks because there are mid laners that just offer good counter tools to some of these, you know, popular meta late game cores. And now that we're in the point, maybe within this own series and its meta, that they just prioritize the mid laner so early.
So
people are gonna creep in.
This is why they banned Sven and Ursa, because they still plan to go for Bristleback.
Yeah.
And Team Freedom only has pretty much sticks to poke a Bristle with. They still need some. Necrophos is good, but once the Bristle gets the hood, it's pretty much unkillable by these 4 heroes. They need something else. Let me check what there is left.
Forgive my ignorance. Is this a Yawar Necrophos, or they run an offlane Snake King?
Radiant
I believe it probably
so that's a possibility
should
too.
Be a Yawar, but
I've seen both positions.
We've seen Dota the 2 ran it against Bristlebacks.
So that's a possibility. That's a good point, because if they think they can get away with something in the lane,
greedier,
or it's not too threatening, then yeah, you don't have to play this as your safe lane. And also the Necrophos is good for other, like based on Digital Chaos' lineup right now, like by the time the early game ends, they don't really have that much burst damage.
Maybe a Void for an off lane, just to set it up.
Which would also deal well with the Bristleback.
Yeah.
With the time dilation.
We have not seen an off lane.
And all these heroes
have
spammy spells of Digital Chaos that Void excels against.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they don't have a lot of burst for bringing down the Necrophos quickly. So that could be an issue, because if he's played as a core, he gets really tanky later on. It's gonna be hard to kill him without him getting a kill and resetting everything. So.
Well,
there's this Dazzle Grave as well.
And there's their Shaker, the setup for Team Freedom. A ton of burst damage there, which is good with Necro.
Mid, CNC, or Shaker, of course. That lane is going to be a support with the Bane because of the easy setup. Necrophos is going to be your safe lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Good call, Dakota. That actually happens. I'll just... Oh, and we sub. Alright, our last series, it was banned out, I think, second phase both other times by Freedom. This time they will get it. And...
What do you think, guys, with the lineups we have here? Is Digital Chaos about to 3-0 Freedom and secure the trip to TI7? Or are Freedom going to be able to stretch this series to at least game number 4?
I like the adaptation by Freedom. And I think their Shaker last pick's really good, but I think, doesn't Batrider get a lot of farm if he's against Necrophos? He doesn't have the kill potential, but I mean, he gets farm in that lane, right?
He actually does have kill potential. Yeah. You're not going to go Ghost Shot against him when he's burning.
Well, yeah, I know, but I mean, like, there's going to be Clockwork for Bane. It's not going to be a Necro versus Bat 1v1.
I think Batrider cares that much
5 seconds remaining.
Necro at all.
I don't think he cares too much about Bane.
None of you answered my question.
I think...
We're getting to it, Dakota.
This is going to just be a from-the-heart personal one. I don't want to see Freedom get 3-0'd, so I'm going to guess they take this game. Based on that.
That's from your heart.
That's from
What's
my
from
heart.
your brain say?
My brain is turned off like normal.
Okay.
I want to see a 5-game series, and I want to see Lacoste's face after his crowned most useless hero in the game, Bane, manages to take a W and keep Team Freedom's hopes alive. I'm going with Freedom.
We're going with Freedom. I'm not feeling the Bane pick, and we have a Necro as well. I don't think they have anything to deal with the Bristol mid game. That's gonna be a problem. And once the Lincolns is built, they can just remove a lot of those spells. Fiend's Grip, Necro ulti, and I think Bane's gonna go really big this game.
I can't help but side with both sides here. My heart says I really don't want this to be closed out as simple as a 3-0. Freedom had worked so hard through this qualifier, looking like the best team in the qualifier. It would just feel heartbreaking for their journey to end so quick and abrupt. But
oh wait, already Night Stalker. Oh, if they don't go for the quick one, they're gonna go for the long reach round. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed the meta of early game talk, but the good luck has been completely dropped every time. It is actually HF. There's no GLs like the past 3 days I've been counting.
Yeah,
it's
because you don't want to...
You don't want to give good luck.
Yeah.
I've always thought that.
So he doesn't miss uphill, he crits a lot, he gets the lucky runes.
Yep.
You don't want that.
Yep.
I feel like there's just also not time to say good luck, have fun anymore.
I never
you
said
just
that. I've
get
never
in,
said good
TP,
luck to
go to the
anyone.
wards, keep eyes on the map.
Good game, I wish you a good game and have fun, that's it.
Yeah,
I love it in StarCraft when the Koreans start off with GG. I mean, that's customary for them, but like as an NA, you're like, oh, got him. Aggressively GG.
No, it's not.
It's
It's an old tradition from the Warcraft 3. You say GG at the start.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
wish
mean.
you a good game. That's what it means.
I wish you.
That's what I'm saying. For
Well, that's
them,
not what it
means
means in
that.
Chinese. In Chinese, good luck, have fun. They definitely to say "Gela Hefan," which is
The
give you a
battle
box lunch.
begins.
You said they... Okay. Okay, what? Give them a box lunch? Like a fruit basket?
Like a Lunchable?
No, like a box lunch.
Like a lunch.
Like a Lunchable.
Well, not really.
That's kind of an insult, honestly.
Yeah, I would get him with
No,
that.
it's just,
Middle lane. Once again, I like CCNC on this Lina. They need to secure him a little more farm. Like with the no Yules, like we saw last game. Once he got that Lincoln's up on Abed, no solo kill potential on that. They just need to get him a better lane. And already he's lost the block. They have a Clockwork who can't help him middle. Not up to the best start already for CCNC.
Yeah, what is Clock even trying to do on mid lane? He should just stick with the Bane and try to set up kills.
Maybe he's just get a full beat already. I don't know.
Bane is currently bottom, babysitting Yawar, and trying to be that one good strength he has, that early game lane bully. And here comes Flea though, not leveling anything up quite yet, holding on to the point for now, and just kind of simply goes for the smack, and they'll complete their trifecta of a lane.
What a tri-lane. Bane, Necro, Clockwork. Who would have guessed in this day and age we would have that? Not me, I'll say it that much. Middle lane, 5-1, 2-1. So Lina doing a good job. Must not have got too many uphill misses. We see her HP down and needing a little bit of gold.
this is a nice starting lane from BC. If they can actually keep these two
Oh,
supports
he
here,
removed his flask on mid. That's big.
crucial. He's got another flash coming now.
But even then, he has
Yeah,
to wait.
it is a problem. If they can actually keep the two Freedom supports home, this is huge because those two both kind of want their levels to have any kind of impact beyond like the initial laning stage. So if they're both like level 3 and the Night Stalker is able to get some levels, they don't really have like kill potential at this point. The Necro wants levels too, right? So if they can keep them at home, I think that's a very problematic lane for Freedom.
Lee thought he could maybe go steal the rune, but Bulba is already there.
CCNC forced to go back.
Oh, there's a regen
there's a
top.
regen top.
So he had that early CS, but he sacrificed like all his regen for it, and now Swap is way up on
Or
him.
maybe someone wrote good luck.
Oh yeah. And just ruined his uphill mid.
Is he riding a Manta, right?
Yeah, that's the new one. You haven't seen it?
I've seen it, but I just looked really weird.
It might be because it's not underwater yet.
And he has a
We'll
funny
have to
face.
ask the marine biologist about that.
Wait, it shoots out of his little mouth. I just noticed that it's auto tap. That's actually adorable.
Yeah, we were talking about how it glows. Look how it glows. It looks like it's reaching all the time.
I hate like
Yeah.
a lot of those. There's some that look like double damage too, or clarity. It's really annoying.
Well, there's
Bad
the
at
bad
using
one
ulti
that
all
looks
the
like
time.
he's permanently ulted.
Uh oh, middle lane. Oh no, he missed the stun. That could have been a kill for CCNC. It's gonna be close. I think he's
Even
gonna
last up with a Queen of Pain just to secure that kill.
That was such a good step back by Abed, not fully committing. Well, he fully committed, but then baited in the stun close. Wow.
10K plays.
Hopefully the cheerleader continues to relax. You're doing fine.
But he's really not anymore. He is.
I actually
struggling.
haven't seen CCC struggle like this in the mid lane any of the games.
Oh, maybe a sleep by Stan King. Not yet.
Yeah, but they can't go on a bet rider who just flies over.
No, they can't really kill him anyway. So.
Almost. He almost
Sleep
timed that where he
now.
didn't have any mana. Look at Yawar.
Hit to the low ground. Forev looking to make a hasty escape. Is it going to be enough of the heal? The shrine's not there. It's fine. Flies out and away.
And I'm just saying, if he starts doing the Grant Max Cogs build, that bat won't have any mana to do stuff like that.
Is under attack.
Making
Include that in your halftime speech, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't expect him to pick Clockwork. It's not usually a fleet hero, so I didn't expect it. But they're adapting, like I said, I guess. Not sure if they're adapting correctly. Finally, at least Sand King gets the pull. They're getting a little bit of experience. He's almost level 3. Clockwork needs experience too, though. Same with yours, Jack. So. Snake King's level 2, though. He's having an okay time. Not the biggest CS, but not the lowest either.
It feels like there's a lot of pressure on the King to bring them back this game. I think with how mid is going, how the supports are doing.
The top King, right?
Yep.
Oh, they put a sentry down and happen to spot out Flea in that mid lane. Thankfully, CNC is able to step in and able to get the deny.
Oh, and possible kill potentially on Bulba. Nice wake up. Will it be enough though?
Oh no!
That is actually like when you joke about 10 MMR plays. That actually was the 10
No,
that was a mistake.
That was a Bulba play. I believe he attacked the Queen of Pain to put himself back to sleep.
Yeah, but then Abed put him back to sleep too. He put himself back to sleep by he dodged
I think Jack was right. He
it was
attacked the sleeping Queen of Pain because Queen of Pain attacked him before.
Queen of Pain woke him up, and then as he was about to get hit, he put himself back to sleep by attacking Queen of Pain.
Yeah, that's
Snake King's in trouble, guys. Top lane, they're making a hard move onto him. He's able to turn around and get a good fissure, but look at that. He ends up getting dropped. Tubu's able to finish off with the poison tick as Flea tries to step in and fend them off. He keeps him at bay with Cogs, but it is still just a reactive play coming out from Freedom, trying to get all over the place as it's still DC getting the upper hand in all the lanes it feels.
Look at that Bat Rider. He's bullying 2 heroes out of lane by himself.
Was it the last pick?
The Team Freedom did. No, I mean DC did, and they took Bat Rider.
Denied.
Why?
Radiant's middle
they
tower is under
outdrafted
attack.
themselves with the last pick in all 3 games.
Here we go, you are stacked up like you said.
King on route. Can he do something to help? Tried to get in with the sleep, but it wasn't going to be good enough. And also Dubu mid lane helps get the finish. They commit in hard. Take down CCNC. 4-0 start. Digital Chaos for their winning game 3 off to probably one of the best starts they could ask for.
And there goes your answer, what Betrider does to Necro.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was just 5 stacks, pushed him back. Bane just being a little bit out of position. That's all it takes to kill Yawar, even without the...
He even went for mana boots for phase boots build, so he can be fast.
He's going to do it again? They have to force out an early sleep, but he has enough time to be able to break away the sticky. 5 charges. Oh, he missed it. These charges will go away. Lee rotates in now with the battery assault already, and actually he has the Cogs there. There's still enough mana for Forev to be able to fly up and away.
He's going to casually farm the stack as well, almost, right?
Works out just all too well here, it feels like, for DC. Even had some rotational help. Dubu didn't have the grave up and ready, but heals were there and ready. Oh, CNC has Laguna good to go. Would love to get hold of a Dubu, but Dubu in a better position, able to sidestep it a bit. And nothing feel like it's going right for Freedom.
Through all their early game rotations we saw yesterday that went so right, obviously. I mean, of course, DC watched replays and learned what they do, but it seems like they figured everything out in Freedom. How much they can figure out, they were the winning team.
It's also hard to say, like, you want to watch replays and maybe have something prepared, like, special for your opponent. At the same time, like, you know, you sometimes don't want to overthink yourself, or maybe you want to stick to the strengths. And I feel like Freedom took a look at things, and maybe they had kind of a special plan in mind, or something a bit different, but it hasn't really fit their style so well. some of that stuff is easy to hindsight. We've seen the first two.
What are they exactly doing up top? They just like cleared a creep wave and now at TP. Oh, because he sees a rotation from Abed. Oh, he TP's in the middle of the streets. He'll get out. Oh my. Could have been bad. They had to use 2 TPs. Luckily, CCT just went back middle of the farm, so
under attack.
could have been worse.
On the bright side, they have Digital Chaos have 2 TP break. Well, I guess 3.
Oh, and look at this.
But, one of them is multi.
Dire's middle tower
Rev,
is under attack.
6.5, so scary. They're so scared of him. Both of
Radiant's
them.
that
top
lane.
tower is under
He
attack.
owns that lane, mid lane. CC goes
Arcane
down.
value.
Ben moves in, getting the best out of that Arcane, like you're talking about. Echo's there. They're trying to do everything they can. They'll finally bring down the Bat Lady, and Freedom will score a kill on the board.
That's great. We've got some levels to do. But still, then there you have a main. What is he gonna do in the next 10 minutes?
I guess when
So
he
put
gets...
allies to sleep when they're in trouble.
I mean, Farev is known for overextending, especially in the lead. He's almost level 6. If Farev goes on in bottom now, you just grip him, death pulse, and ulti him with that. I mean, you can get that.
Farev has been playing amazing Bat Rider today.
No, he is. But he's... I mean, you're saying he can't get cocky?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think that's where he's going to get punished.
There he is.
Now has he been
Pushing back, right?
going a bit too far here? He's asleep, but it's time for setup.
And now he's going to live
There's a
because of
scythe
this.
that's still not going to be good enough. He's hit with the grave. By now, DC have been able to rotate on over, and this gank is a disaster for Freedom. They're going to be losing Flea. Step out and away. Still very confident DC team, getting everything done.
So you are... I think he thought the cogs were going to hit, maybe, so he right-clicked him right when the cogs went down to wake him up, but he just put himself to sleep and then screwed him. Just those little mistakes we were talking about when you're down 2-0 and you're just getting so nervous.
This is inexperienced players. DC had these kinds of matchups, losing the games, coming back. These are all pretty much experienced players, some from Dota 1.
Look at that. Abed is level 10, and I thought I saw CCNC was barely 7.
Bane is 6.
Bane is dead. He is going to be the one who actually catches out the smoke gank on the high ground. He'll try his best to survive through the brain sap. Flea will lock in his comrade, but Farev will easily be able to fly out from the trouble here. DC getting another one. Farev picks that one up. And he's got the makings to move forward for a drum if he'd like, but 1200 gold, you know, maybe you're thinking about
I don't
skipping
think
it.
he needs to at this point. He just wants to run EU items. Yeah.
At this point.
This is the man, though. This is the
King.
king. This is what Freedom are going to have to bank on here, is that his power peak comes into play and they make it count.
Yeah. DCNC missed the stun. I don't know if they could have saved the Bane, but he's missed kind of 3 stuns that probably should have been hit, like that middle one in the trees. If he hit that stun, he probably would have got that kill. If he hit that one, he might have saved the Bane. It's just these little things we see. Oh, level 7 Night Stalker. He is ready. He's just gonna go heal Darkness and then TP somewhere. UR does have drums, so a little more survivability. Phase boots drums can run away, but if you're napalmed enough, probably not.
This has to be kill potential. I mean, you got Fiend's Grip ready to go. You have Laguna good to go. We're even getting Snaking in, who is
good to go.
Got Dunk close to the Blink Dagger. A successful fight here might earn him that Blink.
It's kind of strange. He went with his smoked heroes, though, when they're smoked, and they're like, wait, what if they just have a ward? They didn't counter anything yet.
Yeah, there is that ward over there.
Yeah, the one by there. Yeah, that was... Oh, Snaking. Another just little thing. I don't think anyone was really middle anyway, so I don't think it was that big of an impact, but could have been.
Nighttime makes it pretty tough here.
Yeah.
Or the darkness at least, but now nighttime.
Look at this. Got a whole Vanguard. He could get a close. He went Solar Crest first before Hood last game. We'll probably do the same thing.
Probably not.
I don't think he needs to
Radiant's
When he just get it.
Not against this heroes. I mean, pretty much everything is magical besides some pure damage from Bane.
Pretty much all
tower
magic.
is
So
under
why doesn't he just get a cloak right now? It's weird not to just have that little percentage base when you have the money.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He has a chicken. Well, he's flying something out now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's going for medallion.
Yeah, so call me out again.
Yeah, but don't you think it would be better to get the cloak instead?
I don't know, more kill potential with this. I mean, do you really think DC is going to be playing on the back foot this game rather than
That's a good
pushing
point.
at him?
That's a good point. The offensive aspect. Could just be so unconcerned with his own death.
Here's DC looking to make an approach. But they
right
also have
behind.
snaking on the other side with the blink dagger that they may not know.
They know. They have
Yeah,
a
you're right.
So good.
You're right.
Such a good ward, a little bit deeper, so they can't even. They can try to counter, but they might place in the wrong spot. But Radiant also has that ward right there, so they see each other.
Looks like they'll just end up dodging each other.
says, fuck it, I just go farm a creep.
Did he get that other
Creep
stack?
Which
No, he didn't get another one.
Which the medallion helps far faster than the bolt right?
Yep. Oh, you are. He's gonna be a little troll snaking. Swings forward. They could.
Under attack.
Okay. Thought snaking might go for a stun. Did he Oh yeah, that's. That would have been a kill. I think he would have just stunned him. Got the full combo from Lina. Maybe
they already saw his blink dagger, so he should just go for a kill. He doesn't know that, but still.
Yeah. I see. As long as he's not out of range, that's the problem. As he lagged, he was a little out of range. Yeah, but he's gonna live. Maybe all because of that little bit of lag.
Oh, mid lane would catch it. On the very back end of it, Flea getting evaporated.
Yeah, once you get that arcane rune, you just want to use it.
Regen and a couple arcane runes. 10k push.
DC just, it does feel like they're just getting everything they could ever want in this game.
Here we go. Forev just gonna get instantly, and I mean they're gonna get a kill. Good.
Something. Morale booster is what they'll take at this point in time, just securing now only their second kill of this now 15-minute long game where Digital Chaos still hold a mild net worth advantage.
It's not yet level 6. It's 15 minutes in.
Yep. Kind of just queued up. But he is struggling on getting a hold of that hook shot.
They still have the blink ulti from snaking, which is nice. They didn't have to use it at least. Maybe they're going to try to just, next person who TP's top, they'll get him again.
This is why I'm saying he's overpicked.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to know how to play with it. The enemy team is forcing you to pick a clockwork. They could just pick NS instead of this because they play so much better with it.
Yeah. Oh, and here we go. He doesn't have any mana. Wait a minute.
Spots out. Stand King here. He gets silenced.
No last for 1 second.
I feel he could have actually caught up to CCNC there with
hook shot.
drum
It's
build.
here. Do you really want to run in on this?
No, Dazzle's rolls up on
Not
it.
those guys.
No. Hook shot cancel?
Still, well, at least they avoid the game. I can't believe they stuck around. CCNC had no mana. I'm like, what are they doing?
There was that off lane mid support kind of roaming gank spot that they wanted to get, but they didn't have ultimates. I'm not really sure who they could have killed. Like maybe if Dubu wanted to kill him by himself, they could get him.
Is under attack.
Seems like the only viable target.
And once again, that ward's getting him so much vision. That is a game changer right now. Oh, we have vision on both your heroes that can kill us. Oh, we smoked under the ward.
Under the ward too. Bulba's ward game has been so good.
Yeah, that ward saving
Bulba's
them
ward
from maybe
game.
a disaster 2 times.
Yeah, that is the most value ward, but
Bulba's going mid lane. Do they even know? Do they even see it on the minimap?
no, they don't.
No, I think
it a bait?
he's okay with
But he didn't have to die. He didn't have to.
Well, he didn't have to. If he doesn't die, then pretty much everybody has to back off.
Or they could have.
Yeah, it's tough to say because they could have just wasted more. Now they just got the smoke over with and can get back to farming.
I guess. It just feels like they could have grouped up and maybe baited in a smoke. Like, why didn't they line up behind Bulba right there?
I mean, he's down for 20 seconds, and then also it doesn't. Not that it would give away the ward to begin with, but the ward is still there. Well, I think it's gone now. It's expired.
I would love if they just placed another one right there. That thing is double the value. Why not?
Well, that's a good point, Jack. If they're thinking that way, so they just use them as a suicide sheep, I guess.
Yeah.
So
200 gold, he doesn't give away that much, and they even commit Necro ulti, so Queen of Pain can just farm on the board.
You feel that much safer afterwards,
yeah.
right?
I guess we're 50-50 Lacoste. He went Medallion, but then he went Hood, so he didn't get the full Solar.
He'll get
Yeah, he will. But man,
Still, if it came to a fight, the solar medallion would not do as much.
Oh, here we go, Pop.
They might try to get a hold of Rev here.
He doesn't do it. The drum build.
Hook shot though. We might be able to save this one, and he did.
Darkness coming. They know they don't have any cooldowns up. They need to get out of here. They might sacrifice Flea. CCNT being a little bit greedy again. Get out of there. Here comes Bulba. Oh, misses. Only hits on Flea. Who's gonna get out? Oh my goodness.
He wish he was level 10 there with the 100 cast range.
Wait, why is he going back in? Easy there, Sand King. Oh, okay.
If people are handing away kills.
I guess that's what the hero is good for, going back in.
Hey there. Well, see ya.
Put it on the board.
Bang, good, go again.
Turning things around.
Literally.
Metals burn.
Snaking pretty far. We've seen Swindle Melons carry some games solo with Earthshaker lately. Almost turned around that, was it game 3 against DC today, but Snake has a little bit better luck. I feel Impact is still yet to be seen.
What did work out for them though is that DC don't have too many options for finding kind of catch or starting to find
Dire's middle tower.
So the fact that they actually killed the Batrider kind of saved them.
Yep. They do not do boo. They sure do now.
Clock is in.
Push back.
Nice buff back onto Dubu Dubu. Now he's going to be able to get off the grave.
Slowest deer in the pack. Eats it once more. Just thrown to the wolves once more.
Dubu the deer. I like it. But, I mean...
Farm is trickling in for freedom. I mean, like, I was sleeping on Yawar for a bit, and he has an Atos now.
Yeah.
800 gold. You know, he's been off the radar for a while, and could be a sleeper hero. Insta-dunk on for
does he have the ulti? He's just gonna
One more time. This is what Bane is good for. No one is around, he can cast it.
Base might die to Abed here. Quick Sonic Wave. They do manage to put her to sleep, but there, nice job from Bulba. Wakes up the Queen, and now the Queen can feed on a double kill.
What is this, another arcane?
What is going on? He gets a regen when he needs it, he gets arcanes every other time.
I see you got 10k MMR. Let us give you all the luck in the game.
That's the trick to getting high MMR.
Let us give you 2 extra K MMR with the lucky wounds.
Radiant's bottom tower.
We're gonna have Lincoln Sphere ready. Wow.
At least there's a Yule's up on Lena now. They have a few more click. Well, not really, actually. He doesn't have a point in Feeble yet, does he? I don't believe on the Bane.
He has one.
He has one. Okay, well, there you go. There's your Canceller. If he can ever get close enough to Abed, which he can. Lee, invis, not even smoke, scouting stuff out. There is nothing down here, though. Poor guy's gonna just be running around. Oh, yep, here comes the Roche train. You're waiting on the Bristleback. You just get a solar crest. You have 500 armor from Dazzle. They're not fighting into you.
Easy DC Roche, it looks like.
Yep.
And Freedom just farming. Freedom just farming. I mean, you got how respectable is the high ground defense? Earthshaker factor always makes it seem super potent, but outside of Earthshaker, there's still a lot to be threatened by. I mean, you know, you get hit by the dunk, and then Necro could always just put you into the Shadow Realm.
Yep.
Yeah, they have a good defense with Lena, Rocket Flare, and Shaker, but they need to be careful about Batrider just jumping in, pulling the one out.
They don't want things to reach that point, because once the Lincolns and BKBs come out, they no longer have damage. So they don't want to be, unlike possibly where you could make a case that you can play that.
Uh oh, middle lane, they're actually going to flame kick, go for it, they're going to find one. Snake King hits the stun, he doesn't have his ulti up yet. DCMC's looking to drop Will, goes into the air, he's not dead quite yet. Now he goes down. Snake King trying to TP out, no sir, Abed takes the kill. Well, you are split with tier 1 bottom, but you're going to lose tier 2, possibly tier 3 damage as well.
Radiant structures
Abed's
are
already got
fortified.
Lincolns.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Man,
DC just running train over Freedom. Not even just this game, in this series it feels like.
That's why you see the potential after the first couple days. DC not looking good. That's why people had him in their top 3, right? They're showing.
You mentioned that Team Freedom probably didn't sleep tonight. Seems like DC had good sleep.
Oh yeah. And like you said, you like playing more games, right? Like some people are like, oh, the winner's bracket advantage is the other team has to play another series. Some teams like playing that extra series. It's a warm-up.
Yeah, well, EG has said outright, you get to learn more if you do lose and drop the lower bracket.
Yep.
And 2, you have some sense of momentum, right? Or as a Chinese, your hands are warm, not just Chinese, your hands are warm when you're coming to, you're all warmed up for the next series, as long as it's not, you know, like fatigue level type of games. Like if they have to play 3 series, then maybe a bit of a different story if you're looking at your 8th to 10th games of the day.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
The lead is 6K. It's not super dramatic for 23 minutes in, but it's still pretty damn chunky. And with the heroes they have and the timings able to hit, makes it all the more potent.
This is where we see like the DCs and NPs succeed. They have that 5 to 6K lead. They're not threatened to do anything, so they can just push towers at their leisure and slowly get damage on the tier 3s, get more gold.
Radiant's top tower is
On the way back, thinking might run himself into a bit of trouble here. Goes for the instant beam script, trying to bail him out, but that does not get canceled by Flame Break. Jumps in, goes in, they commit the dunk to get the finish onto Bulba. Now Abed shows up, dishes out the Sonic Wave. CCNC looks to leave. Can he make it away? Yes, just in time.
That was only a 1-for-1. I thought DC was going to clean him up there. Some quick TBs out. I actually thought Snaking had died, but he got out to his TB.
Yeah, but they committed the Echo Slam there, and now they can push tier 2 tower or just maybe even go for
Worthy
tier 3.
Dire's bottom tower is
That
under
doesn't
attack.
look like they wanted. They're going to farm out bottom.
With Bulba dead, they don't really have much, other than Poison Touch, right? They don't really have.
That's for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually isn't useful for that reason.
You always try that the Flame Break, the stuff, but it's not working.
You are not involved with that, still pushing the farm as fast as he can with the time that's going to be allowed. He's been able to finagle together the 4-staff at this point, and then is pushing forward for what looks like the Ags next.
Unfortunately, for them, Mason has already TP bottom with Blue Travel.
Alright, this is the flavor we're talking about. Snaking has the Shadow Amulet.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Try
under
to
attack.
hide his team.
Yep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's risky, but it's
Dire's
still works.
structures
Gotta
of
make a play.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah.
tower has fallen.
Uh-oh. They need to be very careful up here. No snaking hold. Snaking's not even around. Are we going to see the last one? CCNC, he's still setting up. I like this. Not going in too early. CCNC's alone now. Yoar's already bailed on him. He's going to finally grab him. Abed's already killed Stan King. They're coming up top now with CCNC. You are dead, my good man.
Yep, he gets handled in the back lines. Down here and below, Mason reaching inside the base. Lee will try his best to bump back the Bristle. Snaking can chase only once, but
Just how worried do we think Mason is about this chase?
Probably like a -1 out of 10. I'm surprised he's not just going back in and hitting tier 3 at this point.
Just the small details. I like the patience from Forev, right? Like some Bat Riders would have gone straight in, but he flies around the top a little bit, see if there's anybody standing directly behind. Is he going right into a clock or a Bane when he initiates, and once he knows that he isn't?
Yep. And Abed got that pick up before Forevu and went in on that Bane. Let him buy some time for Abed. You know, only a 6K lead. They haven't gained anything too much yet because the top tier 2 tower did go down to 15 gold for Radiant. There's 200 health for Bat Rider and 300 health for Quap. Tanking up.
Mason just blossoming wonderfully here on his hero.
Yash again. He's just going. He's gonna get. He's gonna just have damage. Probably go 50 attack speed again. He
tried to muscle his way back into that. So here, Abed though finds his chance to make his move in. There goes the Yules. Snaking's waiting behind him. They dish out the Fissure, which does stun Abed, but CCC still under a bit of pressure. But it looks like this gank will be thwarted.
Grab on the side.
Thinking about
getting
his way in. They hit the shrine, and he is actually going to be okay with that. He pops his Firefly.
You guys seen an Atos yet? Used?
No. I mean, Yoar's haven't been really in any fights at all.
True, but even
the
like
first time he's moving with his team.
Lincoln's on the Quap too, so
yeah,
that was one of the main uses.
But I just mean, I actually just haven't seen it casted once. Thought to get that item, not go with your team or anything.
Long journey here from Freedom to find something. Use the rocket to try to scout out nearby DC members, but they're hiding in high ground.
They're
scared, but they still want to go in for it. They may have spotted, but look at the positioning they have. waiting on the outside. Bulba is bait, working out so well. They're going to go for the instant lasso pullback. It's on Bane. Fall from Fleas there, looking to lock in and finish off Bulba. They will be able to get that one. And then they go for the Scythe to finish off Forev. Down the Laguna, not enough, but then they finally get it there at the end. But has it cost them too much? It looks like it may have. Mason and company are still fighting strong. They're able to move on in and get a hold of CC&C. And it looks like it's going to be a slow and painful death for him. Triple kill for the 10K Abed Queen.
He called his own team there. 2 even 3 kills.
So yeah.
There.
Making. Oh, hello.
He's shooting. Darius and the shrine.
So he has a Shadow Blade now.
This is one of those games where you do so well in the laning stage and the Shaker pick up an early lane dagger, but you can't do much. You can't find an opening.
Look at that Maelstrom on Quap.
Slowest deer. You can always go for the slowest deer, though.
There it is. Got him. That's a Dubu.
Could he have just attacked him with the Enchant Totem and Enchant Totemed again? And got that kill, or...
You don't want to mess it up. I don't think you want to mess it up. I mean, it sucks now because DC are just outside and you don't have a dunk. Oh, Chase is there though. They're able to snag him. The old man gonna get dragged all the way across and to the other side. He does have a buyback, but already very costly.
Like on Abed. I'm gonna try going to the base there. No heal, I guess next we're gonna bot back. It's playing it safe. This is the one game they know they're so far up right now. They just need one more and they're going to TI. Waiting for that road.
Yeah, wait for the road. The safest play you could ask for. Just under a minute it would look like before it is actually back. It's already gonna feel like desperation times. Team Freedom.
Yeah. This is the DC we expected the entire tournament. At least I expected it. They are back.
They came at perfect time. DC showed up to play. That's for damn sure, Grant. Stan King will be the first to fall of this battle as DC run a wreck on forward. They get the Sonic Wave onto Flea. You are trying to be there to be able to bail him out, but it's just not going to be enough. Now all of DC are inside the base. They've gotten a hold of the old man. He's going to be forced to turn around and dish out the Reaper's Scythe, just frantically out of defense. Tries to make it to at least the shrine to tag it on up, but it's not going to be good enough. He's out. He does have a buyback, but to be forced to use it now would just feel like it's so soon. Luckily for them, DC don't do any objectives. They simply run through the base and just wipe out 3.
Yep. They're probably just going to go ahead and throw shit up now. Yep. You know, you try to think of things. What can Team Freedom do to win? I'm coming up short here. Yep.
This guy dream of the monster dunk. And, I mean, the unfortunate thing is that really is it.
Well, you know, I'll be honest, I don't really like the Dazzle picks, and now that I just keep seeing these, like, defensive, his ultis on him, and they always just have, like, 20 armor each, I'm like, alright, that's pretty good. I like it now.
Well, if there's some kind of armor synergy, if the other team is picking a lot of like single target, like this is clearly the case for Freedom, right? And like I think a lot of lineups kind of have that now, like with the exception of Sven. So if you're talking about a Lycan, if you're talking about Troll, if you're talking about a lot of the mids that have a lot of single target bursts and don't have high armor.
There we go. They have the gem on Bat. They're just going to get every single ward around this base out before they try to do anything into the base. They have Cheese up on Quap, and Aegis up on Mason, and he has a full Mjolnir. This Quap is 10,000?
She's still 25. Yeah, she's
That's crazy. Abed stepping up this time. Okay, move in. Lasso. Instant dunk from Snake King to go for the counterplay. Is it going to be good enough, though? They're trying to keep him alive. It's a great grave to keep Forev well, but Snake King just dropped right then. Grave is going to be flying up, but Mason still stands strong. Abed looks to go in right for CC&C. Proccing the Mjolnir as best as he can, but CC&C won't be able to make it away and back inside the fountain. They managed somehow to burst down Mason in his first life.
Abed sweeps in though, gets the finish on the Stand King. Now Snake King moving on in, but the cheese comes out from Abed. He even gets to the grave just in case, and now they look to go for Yawar, and that's going to be it. Freedom hand this one over, and it's going to be Digital Chaos who qualify and get the trip to TI. It's hard, I know it is. Team Freedom, a group that no one had expected to be able to make it this far, worked so hard and achieved so much, only to fall short here at the end. But Digital Chaos, like Grant said, this was the Digital Chaos we expected to see from the beginning. And of all the days for them to finally step up, they do it on the final day and knock